I know there's guys out there. And this is when I was young, bro. I was like 17, 18. I was like, I know there's guys out there that are like making a lot of money doing this, but it wasn't easy. Like they put in the work, they got better, like they practice, they draw, like, and in my head, I'm like, I want to be like that.
Mm.
You know, I don't want to be a scratcher. Like, I
Right.
don't want to be a loser. Like, I don't want to be like a wannabe.
Yeah.
You know, I want to like,
You want to be like respected in the game.
yeah, like,
You know what I'm saying?
I
Whatever it's worth.
I used to chase that a lot. Like, oh, I want to be big in the game, but the game is so big, bro. You ain't nobody.
Hey, what's up, guys? Welcome back to another episode of the IQ Project. My name is Josh Renteria. Again, for today's I already forgot what it's called.
Our interview?
Sponsor.
Oh, our sponsor.
Our sponsor. For all your tattoo needs, please contact us on Instagram, Iconic Tattoo Studio. That's iconic_tattoo studio. And for the podcast, follow us on Instagram and TikTok, IQ Project.
Yeah.
So I'm right here with my co-host, Ricky Tat,
What's up?
James,
What's up?
and our interviewee today is Manny Sanchez. I got that right?
What's up, man? Thank you guys for
Yeah.
having me.
Also
No
known
problem,
as Monster or iMonster.
Yeah, Monster's cool, bro.
Monster.
Yeah, Monster's cool.
All right, guys. So Ricky was able to set this up. You guys been talking back and forth for a couple months already, right?
Yeah, finally glad our schedules lined up. You know?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna let Ricky handle this one. Spearhead.
Yeah, I
this
just
one.
want to we want to interview people that we think is like killing it in Inland Empire, and
Appreciate that.
we don't just invite anybody just to invite them. We see what they're about, and you're one of the ones that has been on my radar because not only do you own a tattoo shop in Rialto, I see that you talk about business, you give value to your clients like through your stories, and I think you understand the meaning of like giving back to people and understanding that whatever you do, it's a business, and I always see that with you. So we definitely had to get you on here, man. I appreciate it. Thank you for the little gift,
Oh, yeah,
appreciate you, bro.
Yeah.
And yeah, man, we just want to excited to hear his story. He's got an interesting story here. We're gonna talk about how his tattoo shop is, what it's about, a little bit about his business perspective, how he thinks. We're gonna pry into it a little, and we'll probably get a little personal if he wants. It's up to him. We'll just get to know Manny, and see what Bridge City is about, right? But is it
Bridge City Tattoo.
Bridge City Tattoo? So
Yeah.
Man, tell us how'd you start into tattooing? Has that been always a dream or what?
No, bro. Actually, I didn't even want to do this.
No,
Nope.
It's weird how sometimes we get that how people are
Yeah.
like, I didn't even plan on doing this.
I had zero intentions of becoming a tattoo artist. I just it kind of just happened. I was trying to be a paramedic, bro.
Really?
EMT, yeah.
Oh snap!
Yeah, I just wanted to like help people like that are like really in need.
Technically, you're putting the needle in people, but
Yeah,
Messing with blood too.
like
so.
I'm pretty good with like gory shit. You know what I'm saying? Like,
okay.
like I was just like, that was my plan. And then I don't know. I kind of figured out like they didn't really make a lot of money and stuff like that.
Right.
And I've always been drawing since I was like young, like as far as I can remember. And I don't know. I just kind of like, I was like, you know what? I want to like just keep doing artwork, I was like 16, 17, and my dad, he gave me a kit. And when I grew up, my uncle used to live with us, and my dad, they used to use that tattoo kit and like either tattoo each other or tattoo their friends. My dad, he's like a national president for like a motorcycle club.
Okay.
So like growing up, like I would always grow up and like run to the garage, and like there'd be dudes getting tatted in the garage, like super gangster, like style. Like it wasn't nothing like professional. It was just more like just doing it in the garage,
Yeah.
like tattooing and stuff like that. And when I was like 16, 17, my dad, he saw that I was kind of just like not doing much.
Yeah.
I didn't really want to pursue the EMT thing anymore. He gave me the kit. And he's like, hey, you should try this out, And I started tattooing his friends, like from the club. And it kind of got my interest, I was just like, this is something that I could probably do. Like, I'm not like for sure like super confident that it's gonna be like really easy, But I kind of just like, I was so curious about it. I was just like, damn, like there's so much to it. You like, you
Just
poke.
intrigued you all of
Yeah,
it.
like you're poking people with a needle and shit,
and
and like
leaving a mark.
you're leaving a mark,
Yeah.
and like you can fuck up so fast, bro. Can I cuss on here?
Yeah.
Yeah. All right.
Yeah.
Cool. Yeah. Just making sure.
Yeah,
you know?
yeah. Fuck yeah.
So like I was fucking people up, bro.
Yeah.
Like I fucked up people a lot. Like
What was the worst one?
too many. Legit. I was just like, but the people were willing to like get fucked up on because
Yeah.
like they just wanted the tattoo. Back in the
wanted a
days, like
tattoo.
nobody cared what it looked like. It was just like I want the marking, you know. Like they didn't care, and like I kind of took advantage of that, and I was just like, all right, I was doing it
Which was
nonstop.
smart on your part, you know.
I was just like nonstop. You know, hey, yeah. Fruit punch, happy dad.
Where was this taking place? Where'd you grow up at?
In Rialto.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
Rialto, born and
Rialto.
raised?
Yes, sir. Well, I was born in Mexico, in Jalisco.
Jalisco.
I'm from Zapopan. Yeah, Zapopan, Jalisco.
Why is that
Guadalajara.
familiar, Zapopan? Is that where Chenta's from? No.
Not too sure.
Oh, because I've just been
I
seeing
don't
that
wanna
series
drop
right now.
facts,
So
yeah. But Guadalajara is like where his house is at in
okay.
Jalisco. Yeah,
How far is that from Guadalajara?
not far, bro. His ranch is actually like not that far away from my grandpa's house.
Nice.
Yeah,
That's dope, bro.
yeah, puro Jalisco.
Chivero.
I don't really watch sports, bro.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm not a big like
It's-
TV like sports guy. I don't watch stuff really.
All
Try
right.
not to like get into all that.
Oh, okay, cool. So
But-
about his paper. That's why we got him here.
Yeah,
All right. So you're born in, over there. You came here. And you're in Rialto. This is all happening in Rialto, right?
yeah. I was just tattooing people, bro, and eventually I was tattooing like my friends. You know, like shout out to my friends that like let me like start practicing on them. You know,
Yeah.
they were like a big part of that because like I fucked up a lot of people. You know, like I feel bad about it, but it was like they were willing to do it.
Yeah.
You know, so it's just like it's part of the game. You know.
As I'm hearing you say this, like I remember my starting point. I fucked up a lot of people, but I don't
Yeah.
feel bad because at the time they knew my potential. You know, they
Mhm.
knew the inexperience we had,
Yeah.
but at the same time they were down to get that tat for a beer or, you know what I mean, or for fucking $20 or whatever, right?
For free, bro.
For free, even
Yeah, I
just to
wasn't even
get
getting
it.
paid.
Oh, you weren't getting paid? Yeah,
I was
so-
just doing it.
yeah, that's crazy.
Eventually, I started making like $20 here,
You ever
30
fix
bucks
'em up?
there. Yeah, I mean, I will. You know,
Eventually.
but it's been so long. It's fuck, dude. I've been doing it for like 11 years now. Like,
Yeah.
I don't know if I'll ever see them again.
Right.
You know,
Yeah.
somewhere out there in the wild,
They're
there's
out there in the
fucked
wild.
up tattoos.
Tattoos in the wild?
Because I just had one that came in like 2 months ago from one I did when I first started about 11 years ago as well.
Damn.
How'd you feel when you saw it? Like,
She wanted me to cover it up. I was like, all right, let's go.
Damn, she covered it up.
As long as I covered it up.
Yeah, no, that's true though. But I would have been like, let's fix it. You know, like
yeah. So what happens then? Like you started charging people?
Yeah, I just started tattooing like the brothers from the club, and like eventually started becoming like more of like a business thing. And I was like, all right, I'm making $20, you know,
Yeah.
I'm making $40.
Like 40. Damn.
Now I'm like, I remember I got a tip. It's like $80, bro. I was so happy. I was so happy, bro. I was like, damn, I just made $80,
Mhm.
and I just drew on him. You know, I fucked him up.
Yeah.
It's like, I could do this. You know, I could do this. So I was like,
That's crazy to hear that we all go through that shit.
dude,
Yeah.
if you haven't, you're lying. Straight up, like nobody starts good. Like I don't give a fuck who you are. You know, like
I
you,
fucked up a handful.
bro. Like
I think that's part of the game. I think
Yeah.
the only time few are gonna not have that is if they're like the daughter, son of a well-known artist, and then they're being trained and groomed by them. You know what I'm saying? That's I think the few, but that's like the 1% of the 1% of the 1%. You know?
I don't think you can beat those nerves though from the first one when you still
Yeah.
do it.
you just don't know what the fuck you're doing, bro.
Yeah.
The needle's all out, like
Yeah.
half an inch out and shit.
It's
you
because you
know?
want it to be permanent.
Yeah, for real.
Where was your first tattoo and what part of the body? remember?
I got this, bro. Yeah, I got this.
No, I meant that which tattoo you did on somebody.
that I did.
Yeah.
So trip out. So one of the brothers in the club, he was like 5150, like medically like crazy. Like he had just got out. I don't know if he got out of prison or like the mental hospital, and he was the first guy. He was just like, you know what, tattoo my hand, and I was like, your hand?
Out of all places.
Yeah, and I was like, bro, like I don't know what I'm doing, you know. And he's like, yeah, I want a skull. It's like, fuck. All right, you know, like this is where it's gonna start. So I drew like a big ass like skull with like a pen, and he liked it, and he had really bad tattoos, so he didn't give a fuck, bro. He like he just like wanted me to do it, you know. He's like, yeah, he's like, I think you could do this, and I did it, and it came out like shit, and I was just like, fuck.
But
dude.
did he like it?
He knew it looked like shit. He saw it and he was like, you know, he gave me a dap and he's like, thanks, man, you know? And I was like, fuck, dude. Like, this guy's crazy. He's gonna fucking like stab me or something, you know? And he was always like a good guy to us. And yeah, bro, I'll never forget that fucked up skull I did on his hand. It was just like ugly. But it was just like, I felt insecure about it, bro. Like, the days went by and like, I just felt bad. I was like, dang, dude, like, I need to try to do better, you know? Like, I need to figure something out. Like I didn't like how that looked, and I don't like how I feel about that, you know? Like, I didn't want to just leave him walking around like that, you know? So I think later on, like, I asked him if he could come back, and like, we added some shading and stuff. And I was like, all right, like, this is hard as fuck, you know? Like, this isn't easy. And yeah, like, some of the guys in the club, you know, they saw me, young kid, tattooing. That's cool. Hey, do my arm. Hey, retouch this. And it became like a thing. And I just started like touching up, like old school, like prison work. And like, I was just like starting to fix work instead of doing them. And that's where I got a lot of practice, because I was just like going over like old, like
single needle stuff,
pin shit. Like, it's all single needle guitar string. Like, it's light. So I got a lot of practice, just like, all right, let me try to fix this up. All
right. So it's interesting that I'm hearing your story, and you had to think about that tattoo you did and it was bothering you. I think what happened is like you really started to like this, and you're going to start caring how everybody's going to see your work. And maybe subliminally you thought like, man, I need to get better at this.
Yeah.
If I'm going to continue doing this, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So definitely. I think there was a spark there that happened in that
For
story.
sure.
Huh? So when did it start? When did it change? Did you do another job that wasn't tattooing, or did you always push tattooing?
I've always pushed tattooing.
Really? You didn't have no other job?
I've never had a job in my life.
Respect.
Well, to be honest, I did, but I don't really count it as a job. It was like a little side hustle. I would cut yards, like grass.
Okay.
I was doing landscaping.
Okay. Yeah, that's not. You didn't work for like McDonald's or something.
Nah, I never had a job, bro. You guys want to hear a funny story about McDonald's, bro?
We like stories, bro.
Fuck McDonald's. I literally went to every single business where I live, right?
Yeah.
Knock. Hey, I need a job. You guys hiring? Hey, I need a job. You hiring? I got a job application. I was like, fuck yeah, I got a job application. I filled it out. Interview time. I was still in like high school. I was like in my senior year. And I was doing independent studies. Like I had got kicked out of Rialto High. And I had a lot of free time because I was homeschooled my senior year. So I took advantage of the tattooing stuff. And it was way before that. Like, I tried to get a job at McDonald's and they didn't hire me, bro, because my GPA was too low.
Hey, you shouldn't be saying fuck McDonald's. You should be saying thank you, McDonald's. Because then you kept pushing your...
You know what the lady did?
What?
She ripped up my job application, bro.
Oh, snap.
What a bitch.
Yeah, fuck McDonald's.
Yeah.
Oh,
Dude,
man.
she hurt my feelings so bad. I was like, ugh, I don't want to work for anybody no more, you know? And I was just
It's
like...
the universe, bro. It's like...
Yeah, because
it was telling you,
the
bro, this
tattooing
wasn't
thing, like,
your
it wasn't
thing.
really working out. Like, you weren't making money, so I was like, I kind of need a job, you know?
Yeah, more stable.
Yeah, and then... Yeah, bro, she ripped up my job application. I was like... And she was like, just go back to school and stuff. And I was like, dude, what the fuck?
Yeah, that would be... At that age,
Yeah, I was
that's
just like...
traumatized. Like, what the fuck?
Yeah, I was just like, damn, this is my first job interview ever.
I can relate.
That was
to
my
that.
last. Literally, no lie, that was my last interview I ever had.
Damn.
I was like, I'm never going to fucking work for anybody.
Like, I can relate to that because every job I ever applied to, I never even got an interview. I got like a phone call. Nope.
Oh, damn.
And then the one place that got me an interview, I got 2 interviews from it, was Chipotle. On the second interview, like, yeah, you're not what we're looking for.
Damn, straight up.
Yeah.
Straight up.
I was like, I spent my last $20 on that
You had one
tie.
of those?
Any interview like I got, and I always got the job
You did?
every single
Because
time.
you're white,
yeah.
bro.
So,
That's good.
yeah, bro.
I think I had, in order for me to start my tattoo career, because I was always doing tattoos out of my house,
Right.
and I used to work for a school district, and I said this on the podcast before, but I always thought I was gonna do this. I was gonna get to a like a big time position in school district, like an operations manager, make over 100 racks a month. I mean, a year. A month would have been great.
I was like, damn.
Yeah, I know. But I got beat out by somebody else for a position that I wanted. Actually, a friend of mine.
Yeah.
And I was like, what the fuck? This was my plan. I went to school. I got a business degree. And no, I didn't. So then I said, you know what? Why am I chasing something that I really don't want? I really want to do tattooing. And that's what happened for me.
That was very hard, is that?
Yeah. If you know, we have to go through those things sometimes to realize that.
Yeah.
So when did it go from Manny being a little hobby tattooer on the side hustle to saying, you know what? I want to make this my more consistent.
So when that whole situation happened, I was like, all right, like fuck having a job, you know? Like I need to make money.
Yeah.
You know, I need to figure out something to make money. And eventually I did like the landscaping thing, you know, I worked with one of like the family friends, and then that was a bitch.
Yeah.
I was cutting like 10, 12 yards front and back, like for like $60.
Getting all rosado, huh?
Bro, 60, 70 bucks, cutting
On the
like
heat.
10 yards a day.
Yeah.
That was
I've
like,
been there.
it was brutal, you know, and I was just like, damn, like I need to figure something out, you know, and I was like, I need to make money some type of way. And my mom, she sells Avon, like she used to sell Avon a lot, and she had colognes and all that. So I was like, I got a fucking duffel bag, bro, and I was like, all right, I'm gonna knock on people's houses.
Oh shit.
And it didn't go good, bro.
Yeah.
It didn't go good. I literally fucking walked around. People were closing their doors on my face. Like, they didn't want to buy fucking cologne off like a little fucking dude walking around with a backpack. Like, that's what I realized. Like, all right, I'm doing something wrong. And I get back, and the machine, like the tattoo stuff was still there. And I was like, this is where I feel like this is where like I'm gonna come back to. You know what I'm saying? Like, this is where like this is where I'm gonna fall on. You know what I'm saying? Like, this is where like I don't know, like it was like kind of like meant to be, you know? And I'm kind of just like ignoring it. And I started like looking into it more, and like we had like tattoo magazines at the house because my dad and uncle used to tattoo, and I would just go through them and just get inspiration. And eventually I told my dad, I was like, hey, like I want to be an apprentice, you know, what do you think? And he's like, yeah, that sounds cool, you know? So we started going around to all the shops out here in the IE.
Okay.
Nobody wanted to fuck with me, bro. Literally, some people didn't even open up my drawings. Like, they were just like, you go back to school, you're too young, or like your work's not good enough. Like, all the shops out here, you know, like even like I don't want to name drop, but some of these shops are still here, bro.
Yeah, we understand.
And they were like, they just didn't want to fuck with me.
Yeah.
So I went to this little T-shirt store, and they used to sell tattoo supplies there. And there was this dude named Oscar. His name was Moscas. He's the one that did my first tattoo.
Okay.
I was like 16 and like 16, 17. I'm not too sure. And I told him like, hey, bro, like I'm really trying to learn how to tattoo. And it was far, bro. Like it was probably like 5 blocks away from where I lived. And I didn't have a car or anything. And he's like, if you come by around the shop and like help me around and stuff like that, I'll teach you. Because I know he tattooed.
Right.
But it was like a T-shirt store. It was called Tees for Less. And
is it right there on Foothill?
Yeah. Well, not on Foothill. It was on Rialto, where El Toro Market is at. El Toro.
Not sure.
Rialto and Pepper. There's like a Arco there, or like AMPM
Across the street.
Yeah, and then there's like a little shopping center.
Yeah.
It's like yellow.
Sounds familiar, yeah.
So that little T-shirt store, like, yeah, I guess the guy used to tattoo in the back.
Oh.
And I would hear the machine. Zzz. I was like, oh shit, he's a tattoo artist. He's not at a shop. Let me ask him for help. He was cool, bro. He was like, yeah, come by, you know? So I'd fucking ride my bike, bro, like 5 blocks, like hot as fuck. And he would just like put me on game. He's like, look, like this is how much you're supposed to stick out your needle. This is how much ink you're supposed to use for this. You know, this is what this needle's for. Like, he was like a big thing in my life because like I didn't know shit.
Right.
And to me, he was like an experienced artist, you know?
Yeah.
Like, he wasn't one of the greatest.
Right.
But he and in the time, like I was just like, oh my God, like he's a tattoo artist. Like, I admire you.
And he was doing work that you aspired to even get to, right?
Right. Like he was doing good work.
Yeah.
And me, I was a scratcher. Like I didn't know what the fuck I was doing. I was just scratching people, and he like put me on game with the gray wash sets and stuff like that. And eventually, like I met I met David Tattoo 100. I met him when I first started, bro. He started working at that t-shirt store. It became like a shop because they opened up like multiple booths. And then I met him, some dude named Martin Pelayo. I don't know where he's at, but you know, I hope my boys are good.
Yeah.
Um,
And you're 20, 21?
no, bro, I was like 16,
Oh,
17.
shit.
Yeah. So I was kind of like just hanging around with them and like kind of just like trying to learn. And I was like the little youngster, you know?
That's awesome, bro. That's dope.
And like it got to the point, bro, where like I was like the apprentice, right?
Yeah.
And I started doing things that like wasn't benefiting my artwork. So I kind of like made the decision after a while to that, you know what, like I'm not learning much anymore. You know, I did learn some things here and there from them, but like it was like, I don't know, like I feel like in this industry they take advantage of like apprentices and stuff like that, you know. Like I get it, like you're like the shop bitch, whatever, but like I was starting to do things like every day, or like it wasn't benefiting me, you know. So I took off. I went back to the house, you know. Went back to the house, and like I learned some things, you know. So I started like using it, and I started using it, and like started learning more things, and I started getting better and better and better, and like.
Do you think you probably got impatient being there at the shop? Maybe, you know what I'm saying? Because
I think
I
I was
elaborate on
uncomfortable.
like, oh, you just weren't, the vibe wasn't for you.
It's not the vibe. It's just like
Can't believe I used the word the vibe. I guess it's terrible.
you're hip.
Yeah, trying to be, bro.
No, it's just like I just thought it was stupid. Like they were asking me to like scrape the gum off the floor type shit, and I was just like, that's stupid, bro. Like I'm not a fool. Like I'm not gonna do that.
Been there.
You know.
It's like sounds real similar to like just kind of how I started. I was learning with bikers, and I was like kind of in that
Okay.
scene, and yeah, I kind of went through that route where I just felt like I wasn't picking up as much as I used to no more, and
Yeah, like I'm a human, and I know when I'm not learning anymore, and I was just like, all right, it's either I'm dumb and I stick around and don't do shit that's gonna benefit me, or I make a move and start doing my own thing, you know.
Yeah, I think what you're going through there right now is like, at first it seemed like how awesome you're in a place environment with a lot of artists, right? And you have these expectations of it, and then the hype roars down on you. You get more used to it. You see you're in a routine, and then you start questioning, well, is this really good for me? These actions, whether they were good or not on the owner's part or whoever was in charge of that apprenticeship, right? But I find that maybe he had his reasons, you had your reasons of you wanting to learn, but maybe you guys didn't meet up and communicate the same way, you know?
Yeah.
Because I bring it up, highlight it, you know, because I like to involve everybody here, and he's our newest apprentice, you know?
Right.
Smart kid, you know, he's a hard worker, and at times we have to communicate to him like there's stuff that needs to be done here that in our apprenticeship, and you could say like, well, there's some things that don't really matter to it, right? But what I say is like, it doesn't matter. It matters what you perceive as the instruction, right? But if you understand the reasoning why we ask you to do things, right? Then you would be like, okay, that makes sense. That's if you say, you know what, I want a clean shop because it matters of the culture of how everybody perceives your shop, and if there's a gum in the middle, in the front of the floor or something, you know, and that looks tacky, well, you know.
Yeah, well, I get that
in that aspect. So maybe they didn't like
for sure like
to you that.
And talking about like more outside on the sidewalk.
It was just like outside, bro.
Hazed.
I was.
They would have you go outside.
I was being, what would you say, hazed, right?
You were hazed. Oh, okay.
Like it was just like, you're an idiot. You're trying to learn from us, you know.
Let's punk you and do that.
Yeah, and like I've never been the type to get punked, bro. Like I grew up different. Like you're not gonna make me look stupid. To like, like let's fuck you, you know. Like I wasn't down with that shit.
Okay, so you were self-aware.
Yeah, I was just like, you know what, like I feel like I can do better somewhere else, you know.
Got it.
Does shit like that still go down?
I mean, I don't know, but like
I know it used to be really big.
I know some shops like they'll treat the apprentices like shit, but like I guess to a point, bro, where like I've always been about that, like just don't take advantage, you know, like because you were in that place too, you know.
Yeah.
Like everybody starts in that place,
Mhm.
and like keep it like like
Respectful.
right, like make sure they're like learning from it, but not like belittling them.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I agree.
Right,
Facts.
like don't belittle them because they know less than you. You know what I'm saying? Like because you were a dumbass once too. You know,
Mhm.
before like anybody learned anything, we were all
I think it got to the
clueless.
point where like, oh, they did it to me, so I'm gonna do it to him.
You know what I'm saying?
Kinda
And
thing,
usually
yeah.
that's what it is. It's like,
Ego,
oh,
the
I got
whole
hazed
ego
growing
thing,
up.
yeah.
Fuck
You
this.
should be able to be tough to,
It's like,
yeah.
nah, bro. Like, it's just like, nah, it's not cool, you know?
Yeah.
Mhm.
and that's what I love about this podcast. Like we can talk about this. Like nobody
For
really
sure.
talks about it.
I
You
don't
know?
give a fuck.
Yeah, like
Yeah.
and you're a shop owner. You have the right to say this.
Uh-huh.
You earned that right to say this. Just like we're shop owners.
Right, right,
You know what I'm
right.
saying? And a lot of and the perception is that an apprentice gets hazed. Bro, this is our third apprentice. We have not hazed anybody.
Yeah.
Yeah. My
Like,
gum moment. Sorry.
if they dip, if they don't hang and they can't hang, or if there's just too much for them, they're lost, bro.
Yeah.
There's someone else that's gonna be as hungry as they are, and bro, it's 2022. You know, like everybody wants to learn how to tattoo. Now.
Everybody.
Yeah.
Like
Well,
not everybody's gonna give you an
a lot.
opportunity, so it's like you gotta take advantage of that
Yeah.
shit. You
I
know,
was surprised about that, bro. Because I mean, when we started, like nobody really thought about tattooing as a career or anything. But I was talking to him. How many people from your school wanted
Like
to
3
tattoo?
to 4. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah, a
see?
couple of people. And then like, I don't really think they know how to draw.
Yeah.
Too great either.
it's just they probably see people on Instagram or some
Yeah.
shit. And it's like, damn, that they live a cool lifestyle. You know, like,
Yeah.
But they don't
That's
see the
usually what
fucking
it
hard
is.
work behind it.
and they
No.
forget like, damn, this guy's been an artist for like 20 years
I seen
Yeah.
you live fucking at what 12 a.m. like at night.
working.
Yeah.
I try not to work late no more, but
Well, I think it was a couple months ago.
I've burnt myself out, bro. Like, cause I used to do that shit a lot. Like, if you ask some of the homies, like I used to work like I used to start early in the day, and I'll have someone come in like at 9-10 p.m. bro, book another session at that time,
Mhm.
just cause like I was so hungry, you know, like I was just like I need to get it in, you know.
You have the energy for it. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
and like I'm almost 30 now. I'm 26. Like now I'm thinking like, all right, like health is wealth. Like let's take care of ourselves more. My dad tells me all the time, like don't burn the candle on both ends. Like take care of yourself so you can last longer.
Mhm.
And now it's just like, all right, like try not to work so late, get rest, come back to work,
Mhm.
be sufficient. You know what I'm saying? Because you could burn yourself out and shit. And like,
And it shows in your work as well sometimes. You know?
exactly, like you just don't want to be like burnt out, like just like always tired, and like you never have energy. Your work's not gonna come out good, you know.
Mhm.
So you did the apprenticeship there. You just said it's not for me. You went back home. You started tatting.
Yeah, I went back home, bro, and like it was cool because like I did learn things there, you know, and like I was just like, all right, like I know what a gray wash set is now.
Yeah.
So now it's like I started incorporating everything on my own, and like
Right.
for a long time, like probably like 4 years, like I was like, I'm telling you, bro, I was getting it in. Like I was tattooing all day, all night. Like I was just keep trying to like grow. Even like now, you know. I was a lot hungrier back then, though. I can't admit, and I started seeing kind of like some type of improvement. You know, like I started becoming more conscious with my actions while I worked,
Yeah.
and like I started keeping track of like no lie, bro, like bullshit. Not. I would do a tattoo, and I would write down what gray wash that I used, and then if I see him again, I'll be like, all right, I use this. This is how it healed up.
Smart.
And I had 5 levels. Like I used to write in, and like I was like, all right, this is light, this is like medium, this is dark, this is darker and darker. And like when I would see them come back, I'm like, all right, I use this drop system, and look how it looks. I use this drop system, look how it looks.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like
Yeah.
I started keeping track of that shit, and I was just like, okay, like this is how artists get better.
Yes.
You know, because I started seeing like, all right, it's starting to look a little better. It wasn't good. Like I'm not gonna say that, you
Yeah.
know. It was just looking a little better and a little better, and I was like, all right, like I think I kind of have an idea of like what a gray wash system is, you know, like what tones are, you know, and like what value is. Like I was doing it, but it wasn't coming out like good.
Right.
And then it's like, all right, now I kind of get the idea. Now I gotta like sharpen it. Like now I just like put in the time, you know.
Yeah. Bro, for many years in my career, I was just like, I'm realism artist. There's no lines in realism. You know what I'm saying? So I
Right.
would do that, but I would see my clients come back and they weren't as sharp.
Uh-huh.
And then, you know, but me and my own ego, not searching for that the guidance, maybe a mentorship from somebody else. I just thought I'll figure it out. But I
Mhm.
thought, no lines. But slowly you start being self-aware and you start realizing what your work is, and you start saying, all right, well, bring your ego down. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Always.
learn from somebody that's done it, and if you like their work, start adding those lines. And now lines are a part of my work. Where
Mhm.
a year ago, 2 years ago, what was I saying? There's no lines in realism.
No line. I got some work right here to tell you about it.
Yeah, that was
You'd
just
be
all
surprised,
mad word.
though,
You know what I'm
yeah.
saying? But
Yeah.
I mean, that's the whole point of what we're saying is like, you did it. You explained it very well. Like, you took the extra time to jot down notes.
Yeah, I was like, all
Like,
right.
I'm
this
gonna fucking
works,
record what
this
am I
doesn't
doing,
work,
which is
yeah.
what anybody that's in education does. You write notes about what your process. It's like
Mhm.
so that's dope.
Yeah, I should. I mean,
That's crazy. You're eager to learn though. That's the most important thing I get out of this, because there's a lot of people who are like, fuck it, I'm tattooing already. Hey, they're paying me for this. That's fine. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it shows that you keep
Especially
wanting to push
nowadays
it.
with the whole TikTok trend and everything, you see it.
yeah, I'm not gonna lie. I feel like everyone thinks that way at first
Yeah.
because it becomes easy money, and it's like, all right, did a tattoo, cool, $100, cool, $100, cool, $100. But it's like in my head, I'm like, just like any like legit job or any like career or like anything that makes good money, bro. It's like there's levels to it.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Like even nurses, doctors, dentists, like anything you name it that make over 6 figures, like there's levels to it. And it's like how do they get better? They keep improving, keep improving, keep improving. How do they make more money? They're getting better. They have more knowledge. They start to like they practice so many different methods. They know which one works now. You know what I'm saying? They don't just like stick to one thing and that's the only thing I know. Like they tried like almost everything in the book. You know what I'm saying? And like and I've always thought like, okay, like I know there's guys out there, and this is when I was young, bro. I was like 17, 18. I was like, I know there's guys out there that are like making a lot of money doing this, but it wasn't easy. Like they put in the work, they got better, like they practice, they draw, like, and in my head, I'm like, I want to be like that.
Mm.
I don't want to be a scratcher. Like I don't want to be a loser. Like I don't want to be like a wannabe.
Yeah.
I want to like.
You want to be like respected in the game.
Yeah, like
you know what I'm saying. For whatever it's worth.
I used to chase that a lot. Like, oh, I want to be big in the game, but the game is so big, bro. You ain't nobody. Like I hate to say, like no matter who you are, like this industry is so big now. It's like being a doctor. Like that's cool. You went to school for like 20 years. Like someone went to school for 40. Someone went to school for 30. Like you ain't shit. Now it's more like you just want to represent. Like you want to be one of those people doing it. But now like the industry is like it's so saturated, bro. Like there's so much good.
But what I meant to say is like respected in your like in the game of tattooing as a tattooer. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like you actually view yourself as a professional. You treat your community, whoever fucks with you, respectively, and you're not just like tatting without actually like improving and giving them a quality work. You know what I'm saying? Because you're right. It's so saturated here. Anybody can tattoo nowadays, but who can be that all around person that can be like, you know what? I got a tattoo from Monster and he was real cool people.
Yeah.
That's where I'm saying like where we can separate. So we always preach here like customer service. Like
for sure.
It's so fucking important. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. That's your business.
It is. You know what I'm saying? And it goes and it can burn bridges, So speaking about burn bridges, like let's keep going on this story about it because I'm interested about it. I know.
Yeah.
Been following you, and I don't really know it. How did it go from all right, me taking notes, getting better? When did you decide, you know what? I want to be a full a shop owner.
Oh, bro, that. So I was tattooing out of the house for about like 3-4 years, and I developed like a clientele. Like now, like I was like, all right, at the time I was like, all right, my shit's popping. Like I'm working every day. I have people coming in every day, like day and night. Like I was booked, bro. Like I kept myself booked. I was more conscious about like money. Like I was more like my family's really business savvy. Like my mom, she operates a business. My dad, like he runs a big organization. Like I started trying to think more like them, and I'm like, all right, like I can do this more legitimately now.
Yeah.
Like let me book myself appointments. Let me keep myself busy. let's keep tabs on how much money I'm making, you know. And I did that for like probably like 3-4 years, and then I met some guy, the homie Rafi, and he was running a tattoo supply store. And I would go by all the time and like just, you know, shout out to Rafi. That's my boy, no matter what. I met him, and I started like noticing like he needed some help with like knowledge of tattooing stuff, because he just owned the business of the tattoo supply.
Okay.
So I was working out of my house, and I just had this idea like, he has this extra space in the back of the store, and I was like, I was already tattooing in the back of a store at Tees for Less a long time ago. Like, you can do this, you know?
Right.
So I talked to him, and I was like, hey, bro, like, I'm a tattoo artist. Like, I'm pretty, like, knowledgeable with all the stuff that you're selling, you know? I can help you, like, run the store, and I could help you get more, like, better products and stuff like that. And he was all down for it. He's like, yeah, bro, like, that's cool. And I was like, let me tattoo in the back. And he's like, all right, that's cool, you know? And there was another shop on the other side. I don't want to drop names, but there was another shop on the other side. And I was like, damn, like I'm going to tattoo back here at the store, and then there's a tattoo shop right here. Like, hopefully there's no problems, you know?
Yeah.
And I started tattooing there. I was there for a while, bro. I think like maybe 2 years or so. And the tattoo shop moved out, and they moved to another location nearby. And the tattoo shop that they were at was just like an empty space. And I told the homie Rafi, I was like, hey, bro, like, I've been tattooing here for a while, you know, like, they just opened up, they got a license, like we should open up a tattoo shop, you know?
Yeah.
And he liked the idea, bro. He was like, damn, that sounds good, you know?
Yeah.
And I was young. I was really young. Like, I didn't have no money for investment, or like I didn't have no capital behind me. Like, I was living and making money, you know?
But you were savvy enough to see an opportunity.
You're right. And I was like, okay, I've been studying how this business works for so long now. Let's try to do something with it, you know? And my boy, he's willing to like invest money into like a business, and he wants to expand his businesses, and I'm willing to expand my business. So we opened up a shop. It was called Heavy Hitters, and it was in Fontana, and it was good, bro. It was great. Time went by. Some of the first artists that I've met there, like, you know, they're still my homies to this day. Like, my brother Low Key, I met him. He was one of the first artists that started working there. He's my business partner now with my tattoo shop now.
Okay.
Yeah, that's my boy, bro. That's my right hand man.
That's the dude that has like a logo, like a bomb or something?
It's like a face with like a
okay, yeah.
yeah, with like teeth and like big old hair. Yeah,
Okay.
That's my boy Low Key, bro. Like, he's been loyal since then, you know.
I thought you were saying like low key, like that's my boy.
Yeah, that's his name. His name's Steven. Yeah, his name's Steven, but that's my boy, bro. Like, he was one of the first artists there. David Tattoo 100. He was some of the first shop people there. Martin, the homie Lulu.
Yeah, I was watching that whole process again because like we spoke, you know, behind the scenes. Like,
Right.
I went and bought some supplies there at the spot, and then I just after that, lo and behold, I was like, hey, somebody's tattooing in the back, and it was you. I guess you just told me this,
bro.
you know.
It was me.
That's crazy, you know. And I bought some stuff. I didn't like the supplies there, you know what I mean?
Trapping it out.
Thank you.
Yeah, if you know, you know.
So yeah, because I had just moved to Rialto, and I needed supplies, and there was nobody. Nuclear was not a thing. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Nuclear tattoo supply that comes to us, but so I need a product, and either that or go
for your home.
Well, yeah, I guess. No, but I don't think they were around at that time. They're
Worldwide Tattoo Supply.
That was it. And you know, I'm from Azusa, so
Shipping.
I would even tell him, hey, buy me some when you go, you know, or ship it. So it was that or that. But I would watch that, and I was like, damn, it looked dope.
It was a nice shop, bro.
With the fucking.
It was Ink My Body. That was the name of the shop.
Ink My Body at first, right?
Ink My Body Tattoo Supply.
No, but I'm talking about Heavy Hitters.
Oh, Heavy Hitters.
When you guys went to jump to, so it was Ink My Body first.
So it's same owner.
Okay.
Rafi owned the tattoo supply store. That's when you would pick up file working in the back.
That was called Ink My Body because I remember that.
Yeah.
I was like, what kind
and then
of name?
the shop that became vacant
was Heavy Hitters.
Became Heavy Hitters. Yeah.
Right on. So you went in with him there, helping him out, right?
Yeah. So I was pretty much like, all right, bro. Like, you want to expand businesses and like you want to invest money. I'm a tattoo artist. I know how to like run a business. You know what I'm saying? Like I know how it works. Let's do this, you know? So we opened up the store and like I was like the manager there.
Okay.
Like I would like help them run shit and like yeah.
How was it the first months?
It was good, bro. Literally it was good. It was a breeze. It was fun. Like it was good times. You know, I wouldn't say anything bad about anyone. Like, you know, eventually like people started like leaving the shop and stuff like that.
Which is
It
normal.
happens.
Yeah,
right.
Of course.
And
People outgrow and
yeah, eventually like the money aspect of it became an issue where like you know what ROI means?
Yeah.
Like return of investment.
Mhm.
So the return of investment wasn't really working out in the time period that it was. And money started becoming an issue, you know?
got it. So you had invested some money in
No, I didn't
Oh.
invest a dime.
Okay.
Yeah, that was all Rafi, bro. That I give it to him on that. He invested everything. I pretty much just helped him like, hey, bro, like this is what tattoo shops look like. This is what we need. And this is what you can get. You know what I'm saying?
So what you're referring to ROI was maybe like your invested time?
No, him. Like his money. Like
Oh, he didn't see.
he didn't see his ROI
Got
fast
it.
enough in a certain time period. And like it kind of sucked because like I wanted him to make his money fast, but it was like not as fast as we thought.
Yeah, because
You know?
in the tattoo studio industry, I mean, it's good money, but it's not fast money.
Nah, it
It's
takes
a
time, bro.
patience
You
game.
gotta
You have to
build
build
it.
Something, yeah.
Bro,
gotta
when we
build
first
it.
started next door, like we invested, you know, like $30,000. We were dead for months, bro, because you know
Yeah.
we didn't have the following. But anyways, go on.
And like that happened and like money became an issue and like just because I didn't want to ruin my relationship with him, I kind of just like left. You know, I was like, you know what, bro, like I don't want to burn bridges. I don't want to like I'm not burning you or anything. Like I'm just gonna like do my own thing, you know. So I left, and this is already I think in my 5th, 6th year of tattooing. You know, I opened up a little private studio
Okay.
right there in Rialto on Foothill. I don't know if anybody's ever been there, but it was like a straight up little trap shack, bro. It was like a little building, little hole in the wall spot. No
doing your
licensing. Yeah, no licensing. No, we were just risking it, bro.
Was it behind the barbershop?
Next to the barbershop,
Yeah.
bro. You been there?
The barbershop used to sell tattoo supplies, no?
No. Oh, you're talking about I think it was like that spot or something like that.
Yeah.
Oh, that little small one? No.
Yeah.
No, it wasn't there.
Oh,
It was
okay.
more down. That's in Fontana. It was more in Rialto, like around Willow. I'll just say that it was around there.
Yeah.
It was little unit, no license.
Got it.
I left, bro, and then my boy low key Steven, he eventually he hit me up. He's like, hey, bro, like I don't want to be here. He's like, where you at? We came through over there, and then eventually another artist came, and I had a little studio going, you know, and it was cool, bro. We did that for like 3-4 years.
Damn, that's a long time.
Yeah, bro. I thought we were gonna get raided so many
Lucky I
times,
didn't get no inspector.
bro. Like it was a trip because like I had no signage, literally a fucking little brick house type of thing going on, and like it was a trip, bro. Because like sometimes we would see like cops outside taking pictures, like they didn't know what
That's a
was
trap
going on in
house.
there. They thought it, yeah, bro.
Yeah, they thought it
bro.
was-
It looked like a trap house. Like it was like it was a UGK Studios. That's what I called it.
Okay.
UGK Underground Kings.
Underground.
Yeah.
Yeah. So like
Pimp C.
it was like a barbershop next door connected.
Was the barbershop legal?
Yeah.
Okay.
So like shout out to Fred. You know, he was my neighbor for a long time, bro. Like we were just operating, bro, and like eventually there was like 4 or 5 artists, bro, in that little unit. It was like fuck. It was like 600 square feet.
Oh,
Little ass
shit.
unit. It was
Oh, we're bougie here then.
yeah. it was cracking there, bro. It was
Yeah.
packed. We had it packed all the time, and eventually like
That must have been good though.
that got old, you know.
Yeah.
That got old, and then eventually like we're like, all right, we should try to open up a shop, you know. And we took our first loss. We tried to open up a shop in Rialto off of it was on Foothill and Riverside Avenue. It was right next to the Wells Fargo Bank. We got that unit. It used to be a tattoo supply store called
Right.
Classified.
Shout out to Adrian.
Shout out
man.
to Adrian. Yeah.
Hey,
That's
I had
the-
many conversations with that cat.
Yeah. He's
Cool
super
ass
cool guy,
dude.
bro.
Fuck. I
Super
still
cool
follow him,
guy.
man.
Yeah. Eventually he moved out. We moved in.
When you
at-
moved in, I was like, fuck, man, I should have jumped on that. Because I
was-
thought that was a cool spot.
it was a cool spot, bro. We moved in, we fixed it up, we ripped out all the fucking laminate. Like, we paid a lot of money. We were keeping up with the lease for like almost a year. And I would go to the city and they were like, oh, there's not a license available right now or something like that.
Right.
So they were like, okay, get it ready, business proposal, and then you do the city council. And if they approve it, you're good to go. And if you do it all legit, shouldn't be a problem, right?
That conditional permit we're talking about, right?
CDP, yeah, conditional development permit. You have to pay the city council $3,500, or that's like the business council. I don't fucking know.
What they don't tell you is that if you lose, they don't give you the money back.
That's it.
Yeah.
Tan tan.
They take the money and they run.
Gotcha.
Yeah, so like we already invested like all this money into the unit, and we had the meeting and everything, and they denied it because of we lacked sufficient parking space for the
Remember,
business.
that's why we're like, should we invest that $3K?
Yeah, we
into
thought
that?
about it too.
yeah, bro. Good thing you didn't.
Yeah, we're looking
But
at
we
a
really
spot.
wanted Rialto because I live in Rialto.
Right.
You know?
Yeah, you fucking dodged the big bullet, bro.
Yeah.
So like we lost, and that was it. We had made like a business proposal. Like, you have to get like all kinds of paperwork done, bro. It was such a mess. I was running around everywhere, and like it just didn't work out, you know. So we kicked back to the studio,
Back to the trap house.
back to the trap house, and we were just working there for a while and shit like that. And then like it sucked, bro, because like we're like, fuck, dude, like we need to find another location. And me and my boy Low-Key, we were like, hey, bro, like let's get a spot going, you know. Like, you know, I need you and you need me, and like we can fucking do this together, and like let's fucking do it, you know.
Yeah.
So we went to the south side of part of Rialto. It's like the commercial industrial area. Like there's all the big businesses there. Like you got like Pollo Loco, like Burger King, Subway, like all those big businesses are in that area, and we found a spot. And yeah, bro, that's
And that's where Bridge City.
where Bridge City came alive, you know.
Well,
Why-
I'm hearing it. Oh, go
Why
ahead.
Bridge City?
So Rialto is named after the Rialto Bridge.
Yeah.
The Rialto Bridge is based off a real bridge in Venice, Italy.
Yeah.
I don't know if you knew that.
I knew that.
Yeah, if you go to Venice, Italy,
Wow.
there's a bridge called the Rialto Bridge, and it's the bridge that's in the emblem.
That's why sometimes when you do hashtag Rialto, it's like goes to Italy.
Yeah,
You know, you
it's
see
pretty trippy.
constant, yeah.
Like,
Oh,
and then like the catchphrase that I think it's like bridge to success.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Bridging success with something, but I see
Something like that. It's like bridge to success,
Yeah.
and we're like, that's a fucking dope name, you know? Bridge City Tattoo.
hearing your story just reminds of us. You know what I mean? Like you
Mhm.
realize, like it reminds us of us when we were next door. When we were next door, it's only 1,000 square feet, and we filled it up with 6 artists, and
Yeah.
it felt like just to go to the restroom felt like a maze, right? Remember?
Yeah.
Damn,
so
you
we
guys
had
had
a
that shit jumping.
Yeah, it was
Yeah.
good, but not at first though. You know what
Mhm.
I'm saying? But then we got to jump in. We got to build our community and everything. But then we had a conversation. I said, hey, we should expand. Like there's a unit next door. We should break a wall and go bigger.
Right.
Because I remember what you said. You said, you know, it was popping, but then that shit got old.
Right.
What you meant to say is like, I'm not challenged anymore. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like you were tired of being, you know, you
got
saw
comfortable.
yourself. Yeah, you saw yourself bigger.
Yeah. I was just like,
You really want to go legit.
yeah.
You know?
I just felt bad because like the artists that were working there, like I wanted to give them more space.
And that's part of what I'm saying. Like
You know.
you saw that, you know, I can become a better business owner and provide better for these artists. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Because you cared.
I didn't really think like that too much because it was more like, this is our spot. Everybody could fucking just pull up.
Oh.
Like people weren't paying like rent like that. It was cheap, bro. Like everybody was just pitching in to have the spot running. You know, it wasn't a business.
Oh,
But like I said, that shit got old, and eventually like, all right, like we need to take it to the next level. Like we need to start thinking business. Like
Yeah,
we need to start getting a
exactly.
license. Like we
And I
need to
think
stop trapping tattoos. You know.
exactly.
You
Because
know?
it's all fun when you're trapping it. You know what I'm saying? Working out of the house, killing it, no overhead.
Yeah.
But then you're like, wait a minute, you know, like this shit just gets old, and
Yeah.
you really want to test yourself if you can go legit. Because legit is
Yeah.
a whole new level. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, bro, it's a
Where
different
everybody
ballpark.
reports their money.
Yeah.
Like people say, don't do that. Why not? You just don't
Right.
understand how the benefits is of reporting and actually making everything and putting it on paper. You get way more benefits than trapping.
Just gotta learn how to play the game.
Yeah, bro. Like
You
you
know what
want
I'm
to buy a house, pay taxes.
Exactly. What if you
Yeah,
travel 4 years
you wanna-
hustling? You can't. How do you prove
Yeah.
it?
I
You know?
I kind of like I felt that I've been in
I
situations
think you did. I think that's where.
because
you
like growing up, I was like 18, 19. I started realizing like, all right, fuck, like this is a cool job, but now it's like you're making cash only. This isn't a job. Like this is like a little side job.
Mhm.
Later on, we ended up figuring it out, and like I don't know. It seemed hard from like someone not doing it, but then once you're like, it's not that hard. Just get a fucking LLC and like, you pay taxes and stuff like that. It's not that hard,
Right.
I think we were like scared at first, like what,
Yeah.
they're gonna take your money away,
Mhm.
just kind of stayed away from it for a long time. Like, I don't want to say it like that, but like I didn't pay taxes for a long time.
Bro, we're in the same boat.
Yeah.
You know what I'm
And
saying?
it's really not that hard, but the perception is, I gotta go and get LLC. Like it's just signing some documents and
right,
paying the money and then waiting and then it's done.
a few extra steps.
It's
But
because
why is
we
it
don't
hard?
know. That's why.
That was
Right.
the first thing
It's
that
because we
scared
don't
me.
know. Yeah.
Yeah.
Like when I was looking at other artists and I was
Yeah.
watching like people doing cash only, and I was watching the guys just not doing the taxes. That was like one of the first things I thought of, because I was like, I didn't want to go down that route. Yeah.
And we could say it's like a mindset thing. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's
Yeah.
cash. I don't have to pay the.
Cash is cool, bro,
you know?
but try buying a house,
Yeah.
trying to buy in a
Yeah, I
car.
knew it was just gonna be a problem later.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
That's exactly it. And I think that's why like we
Well-
bring these podcasts over.
When we opened up the shop, the first thing we did was build an LLC before we actually opened the shop.
Yeah.
And then from there, we had no idea what we were doing, right? We linked up with
No, I thought it was hard,
yeah.
but then
we linked up with someone that did it for us, and then they weren't working out. So we kind of just had to learn ourselves how to handle everything. And eventually we found a bookkeeper that actually helped us out a lot more.
Mm.
You know what I mean? So it's just doing your own research at the end of the day.
it's not hard, but the legwork to get to that end result takes time.
Yeah.
And it's
Yeah.
just like anything else. You want to be a tattoo artist, you got to put in time. You know what I'm
I
saying?
think one thing, like, for sure, the tattoo industry lacks is like the business aspect of things.
Yeah.
Like, there's so much, bro. Like, there's so much potential if you kind of turn it to different notch and like start doing things a different way, like reporting your taxes and stuff like that, like opening up a business account, like tax write-offs, business credit cards, like all that stuff. Like when you're freshly starting tattooing, like you don't think of that,
No.
like, because like you were saying, like
But we should.
nobody teaches
Yeah.
that. You know what I'm
Exactly.
saying?
And we should.
Right.
And that's why we're trying to teach younger artists coming up, like, start thinking about that. That should go hand in hand now, because the
Yeah.
earlier you start,
The
the better.
That's the biggest thing we tell all the artists here. That's
Yeah.
the first thing you should do is try to open an LLC,
Mhm.
especially because everybody's a contractor. You know what I mean?
Yeah, 1099.
Yeah, you're gonna get fucked by a 1099, or you could get your LLC and at least get a little help.
Yeah,
Yeah, we always say each station here, that's your own business.
right.
You just work under the umbrella of Iconic,
Mhm.
but you are your own brand, you're on your own business, and you should be LLC'd, or incorporated, whatever you want to
Yeah,
do.
because I mean, it's gonna get to the point where like everybody's gonna want to buy a house or something.
Yeah.
It's like, what do you have to prove?
Even in an apartment, you
Like-
have to show.
And I've met people and like I've had customers like, bro, yeah, you have like $100,000 cash, but it doesn't mean shit because
Doesn't mean shit.
if you don't have it in the bank or like you're not reporting it, like you technically you don't have that, bro.
Yeah. Exactly, because
it
they're
doesn't
going to ask
count.
for all the paperwork. When
It doesn't count. Like,
legit people. Exactly.
and I started realizing that like because I grew up around like a bunch of different type of people, and like I'm like, all right, like how do you want to manage your money?
Yeah.
You want to be a fucking person with a bunch of money, cash, and all that stuff, or you want to use a bank? What's gonna benefit your future? The cash, you can lose it. Something could happen. There's no receipts for it. No, you're not
Inflation.
claiming it. And then like, it's like fuck.
Even clients have told me, hey, I brought you cash, so you don't have to report it. And I'm like, no, man, just bring it. I'm going to report
Yeah.
anyways. Like,
Yeah.
my mindset is different. I need to report as much as I want because I got bigger goals and I need to show it in my bank
Yeah.
account, in my in my statement.
It's a trip, bro. And like, I don't know. Like some people are scared of that shit, but like when it gets to that point where like, all right, proof of income, like what do you do for a living? Oh, I'm a tattoo artist. Like, all right, you have bank statements? No.
Yeah.
Like, so are you really a tattoo artist?
I got
You know what I'm
Venmo.
saying? Like, is that really what you do for a living?
Check my IG.
Right. Like that's what you could say. Like, oh yeah, look at all my
Yeah.
pictures. Like, look at these
Exactly.
pictures. Look at all this money. But then
And-
it doesn't count.
What you're describing there, I think, is like leveling up to a different level.
right.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, like
More of a professional, like, I don't want to say the word corporate, but the reality is it's that, you know?
yeah,
Because you
just legit.
claim legit.
Yeah.
You claim your stuff and you can benefit off of that, you know?
Mhm.
So now that we got into, okay, you opened up Bridge City, which is cool. You know, I love the name. It's cool. It represents the
Thanks,
area.
man.
What's your tattoo shop? What do you think is your tattoo shop about? Like, give us a little.
So the main goal, bro, is just like you want to create a place where artists can like create. You know what I'm saying? Somewhere where like they're inspired, and somewhere where like they feel comfortable at, and like somewhere where they can benefit and make money from. It's a business. You know what I'm saying? Like I
Very
feel like
much agree.
with me, like I try to focus a lot on like the image of it, like the ratings of it, like the work coming out of it, like all that stuff like counts to where it's either gonna benefit everyone or it's not, you know. And like I try to like keep it at a certain standard where you like, you know, when you go in there you're like, all right, like I'm gonna get a good tattoo done, I'm gonna spend some good money here, you know, I'm gonna come back, you know. I feel like that's what our goal is, like make people go in there and they're like, damn, like, you know, look around and shit, take pictures, you know, like kind of be impressed, but like be excited at the same time, like, oh dang, like I'm here, I'm finally here, like I'm gonna get some work done, you know. And just like kind of like appreciate like everything that you have around too, like the artwork and stuff like that. Like I try not to like apply too many rules, bro, because like it just creates more boundaries for things. Like, yeah, we keep it simple. Like, obviously, like we don't fuck with drugs and shit like that. Like, everybody just create and like, you know, handle business, you know, and like be comfortable and like everybody respect each other. And yeah, like I try not to apply so many like barriers, you know, and just keep it simple. Like, just go in there, do your thing, like kick ass, fucking handle your business, take care of your family, and use this place as like something to make that happen. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah. How many artists you have?
right now there's 7 of us. We just lost a couple guys, but it's fine.
It's part of the game.
Part
It's
of the game, bro.
You can't expect to keep everybody.
Yeah,
and you can't expect that they don't grow. You know.
People come and go, bro.
Yeah.
Like I feel like it's gonna get to the point where like if they don't feel like they're benefiting from it, they're not gonna be there anymore.
Yeah.
That's what it is. It comes down to
Because
if they're not benefiting from like that situation, it's like they gotta make this the next, just like how I did in the past. Like they gotta make the next move to what's gonna benefit them in a better place, you know, a better situation, or like
Yeah, you can't blame them for that either.
never.
no, because they're not the same person they were a year ago or 2 years ago. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
If
Right.
somebody comes in and it's all leverage, it's all in business. Like, I need you to build my brand. Once I build my brand, if I don't feel like I'm compensated the way maybe he thinks, or he or she,
Right.
you know, and I'm not talking about anybody in particular. I'm just
No, yeah.
saying business wise, like
Yeah.
everybody has a right to grow. And if that you feel that environment is not there for, I always tell our artists here, if you feel like you don't belong here anymore, you're welcome to go to your next or start your own thing. I wish one of our artists starts their
Yeah.
own business.
I'd be saying the same thing, bro.
You know?
Or like you don't have to work here.
I'm not gonna
You
gonna
know,
hate.
like-
I'm not gonna be like, well, fuck, he left. No,
Yeah.
grow. We like to say we build artists here, or we support them in building artists. They build themselves
We
up.
grow together.
We grow together.
Right.
You know,
Yeah.
just like we want to grow, and we're not the same people we started 4 years ago. Fuck no, we're not. And I don't
Yeah.
expect everybody to be the same.
Yeah.
You know,
It's just like everything happens in its own time. The universe is gonna like, it's not what you expect. Things are just gonna happen, and you just have to like go with it. You know, you can't force anything, because force is friction, and friction is negative energy. You know what I'm saying? Like, I believe in that a lot, bro. Like, don't force anything. Like, let it just happen. If it's meant to be, it'll be. If it's not, it is what it is, and it ain't what it ain't. You know?
yeah. And also too, like, we're having a conversation about it and playing the devil's advocate. You can't also just like let them run amok, right?
Nah.
There has to be some kind of a structure, right?
For sure.
Like, they know Manny likes, this is what his vision is, and in order to create this vision, there's steps,
Mm-hmm.
right?
Mm-hmm.
as far as talking with artists, because I know that's to us that's the hardest part of the business
Right.
is keeping our artists happy.
Can't make
You know?
everyone happy, bro.
Just
No.
dealing with different personalities. I think that's the hardest part.
I appreciate that because I feel like no matter who you meet in your life, like everyone's gonna be different,
Yeah.
and like you're constantly learning, like, and it's nothing bad. Like it's never nothing like it's always bad, you know. But you're always gonna learn from people with different personalities. Like it could benefit you, it could take away from you, it can make you feel some type of way, but you're always learning, you know.
Yeah.
And I feel like how you're saying, you're like about making them happy. I feel like no matter what, bro, you're like you're never gonna make everyone happy, you know.
I agree.
Yeah.
What I'm saying is like, but when they first come in, everybody, it's like when you're dating.
Yeah.
You know, everybody's in their like best clothes and their best personality, best moods.
Yeah.
Shit, a year from there, you know, you start seeing their personalities, and then you question like
I always say 3 months.
3 months.
That's my rule.
That's what we say too.
Well, I mean, it's 90 days, right? But I was giving the benefit of the doubt too.
I say 3 months.
But like in 3 months, you start seeing if they're really about it. If they're
Right,
really
yeah.
about what you believe. You know what I'm saying?
Well, it's not like what I believe, but it's just like bro, like let's all have the same vision. Like let's all have the same aspiration. Like to like
Grow.
grow, bro.
Yeah.
You know
Well, that's what I'm saying. You believe in that.
Yeah.
Right?
Like
So at the end of the day, they have to accept your vision, you know? And if
Yeah.
they
I
don't,
think it goes back to like putting yourself in a situation where you're surrounded by people that are thinking like you or are thinking ahead of you. You know what I mean? It's like how they say you don't want those people that what is like 10 losers and you're like the 11th, you become the 11th loser, or you surround yourself by like successful people, you become the next successful person.
I feel like everyone's gonna be different, bro. Everybody comes from like different backgrounds. Everybody comes from different places. Like everybody grew up different, eating different things. Like not everybody's gonna think like you. Like it's more like it's one thing like everyone could relate on. It's just like the aspiration of just like getting better.
Okay.
You know, not wanting the
Bro.
same things because like I have dreams of like owning multiple businesses and like multiple homes and like I'm gonna have those things,
Mhm.
but maybe like the homie doesn't want that. Maybe he just wants a happy house, bro, him and his wife, and he's kicking it, you know, and he's happy like that. Like I can't knock him for like not wanting multiple businesses and like different houses and stuff like that. Like I don't know, like I think it's more like, hey, bro, like just keep trying to get better, you know. That's what it is. Just keep trying to get better.
yeah.
Because everybody's hunger is different, you know. And like I don't want to treat anybody differently either, you know. It's more like
Well, let me ask you something. Let's as business owners, I'm
Right.
curious, and we'll, you know,
right,
if you have an artist that he's cool, you know, but now you see his production. I don't want to say production. It sounds like a warehouse, but his work, you know,
right.
and it's going down, and you kind of know his history or whatever. And do you try to like inspire him to get better, or do you just accept the fact that you know what, it's him?
The way our shop is, bro, I kind of have like keep it 1,000 rule. Like when like everyone I meet, like for the first time, I try to be as honest as I can with you, bro. Like I don't give a fuck if I hurt your feelings. Like I have to be honest. To me, honesty is more caring than like lying. You know, like everyone has to be like honest with each other. Like, hey, bro, I'm sorry to say this, bro, but like you're slacking off. You know, like you should have done this a little better. You know, like or you should try this.
Yeah, in the same way.
And
Just comes
when
down
people
to
come
it.
around, I tell them right off the bat, bro, like I don't want you to get fucking butthurt. Like, you know, if you get any type of criticism from someone, like don't get butthurt, bro. If you get butthurt, you're a bitch, because that's what we're about. We're growing. Like you're not fucking Picasso. Like someone's gonna give you their opinion, and you have to listen.
Yeah.
Because your perspective is always gonna be your perspective. But if someone tells you, hey, bro, like that shit looks a little choppy, or hey, bro, like could have went a little darker, or hey, bro, like how you're saying the line work and stuff like that earlier when we were talking, like, hey, bro, you should try line work.
Mm-hmm.
You know, like it's I don't know, be open to that constructive criticism instead of like letting your ego get in the way.
Yeah.
Because your ego is what's gonna make you like, what the fuck? Like, who are you to tell me anything?
Exactly.
You know, that's your ego. Because no matter what, even if they know less, they're telling you something different. And it's like, listen to that difference, because it's something that like you could learn from or you can like benefit from, you know?
Yeah, you're highlighting a very good point. I had a conversation with him
Mm-hmm.
about marketing, and he's telling, and we discussed this about certain perspectives he sees, certain perspectives I see, and I'm like, all right, he's checking my ego. All right. So
Right.
do I diss it and say, nah, you don't know anything? Or do I say, all right, let's work together on building
Let's
it?
try it out.
And what did I say?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And
yeah,
we're
yeah.
working together. And he even said, I'm partying on Saturday, drinking beers, and he sends me some work. And I said, dude, thank you. Like, thank you for sending it so fast because that's what I wanted from you. Now, is it aesthetically how we want it? What did I say?
Not quite yet, but just that we have the work pattern down and kind of what like the
Exactly.
end goal is. It's
So-
easier to work on top of that for sure.
So yeah.
Yeah.
So that's what I'm saying. Like sometimes you're right. We have to
It's
check our
easy to
ego.
have an ego in this industry, bro. Because like, yeah, you can make fucking 10 bands a month, 20 bands a month. But like if you can't take constructive criticism, bro, like you ain't shit. You're not an artist.
Nothing moves
Like-
like honesty.
Yeah, like people are literally telling you their honest opinion about your artwork and like you just can't get upset over it. It's like, okay,
And that's
you know.
that's the difficulty though. How do you tell it to somebody without them taking it like you just don't you're
feel
just
like-
I mean,
hating,
I don't
bro.
know.
You
I
what I'm
don't
saying?
know how you guys are with each other, but
Right.
bro, like me and my boys at the shop, like we'll tell them straight up, bro. Like,
no, we come across, how do we do it? Like we always talk about where we can work together, And
right?
are we too blunt? Maybe I'm the most blunt out of all of us, but
Yeah.
we try to help each other
Same.
out. And
Yeah.
then, but I feel like I have to be blunt because if we're too like
Bro, this ain't
running around the bush,
kindergarten.
you know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah.
yeah, this ain't like,
Serve it nice
like-
and raw.
like if I don't tell you from now to a week, we're losing money. And at the
You're
end of the
losing
day,
money.
or they're losing whatever.
Yeah,
but it's
you know?
not. And I hate to say bring back money, but bro, it's a business.
It's a business.
What the fuck?
What
You're-
does
you
your
know,
family eat off of?
Exactly.
My boy, you're tattooing,
And that's what we're trying to break here with my cousin. I said, let's break that stigma down. A business should be an awesome thing, not
And-
art is business.
That's how we lost our first crew. So when we
Yeah.
first opened up, we had a whole full house, 6 artists, right, in our old spot. And then just that whole business talk and everything, they weren't in the right mindset. You know what I mean? Most
I
of 'em-
remember.
It's not. I feel like it's just an intimidating thing, bro.
Yeah.
Because it's
Why?
yeah.
Because it wasn't taught before.
it's just different. It's just like something different. You're not used to it, and
I
it
think the
makes you
biggest-
uncomfortable.
The biggest thing we got was I'm an artist. I shouldn't worry about that, right? Something like that.
Kind of, sort of. Like we had the
Yeah.
whole.
I'll send you a
like,
postcard, bro.
Yeah.
You know,
We had a whole thing about like, hey, with Instagram, like,
yeah.
I don't feel I should pay for ads
Promotions.
or promotions. I was like,
bro.
bro,
Or even just be on it. That's,
or just
Posting
be even
every
on it
day.
organically more. You know what I'm saying? Like, because some of the artists wouldn't post as much as we even think should be, and the numbers reflect that. So
Yeah.
if he was killing, he was only
You know what
posting
it sounds
once
like
a
though?
month.
Their ego.
That was an ego thing.
I don't gotta do
course.
that.
Of course,
I don't gotta do that. I'm a
Yeah.
tattoo artist.
I'm gonna wait till it's organic and they come to me,
bro. If like
I feel
just
you
like
can't teach
anything,
that.
like you're a fucking model, you're a dancer, you're a rapper, you're a fucking dentist. You have to promote your business. If you want people to know who you are, if you want business to be booming, more people need to know who you are.
Like that school
The
tattoo
promotions, you
you
know.
were talking about. I feel like not a lot of people have that feeling though. Like when you kind of how you felt about it, how you wanted to get better. I feel
Yeah.
like some people can have that perspective where like, well, you came to me and that's the way I do it. And some people don't have that like inner feeling to want to push themselves to get like that. And
Yeah.
I feel like that's where that kind of
Yeah,
you can't
for real.
teach that feeling. Kind of, you just have to know like people are on the same page and want to keep getting better and how they feel. Like how when you saw it,
Mm-hmm.
like when you kind of talked about like, oh, that's how that made me feel. Not a lot of people like I know that tattoo feel like that.
I think that's what makes you an artist, though.
Yeah,
You want it to grow from there. You know what I
I
mean?
was like, fuck, I could have done better.
Artist,
It's always
sla-
that.
yeah, artist
You know?
/ businessman,
Mhm.
and you know what I'm saying?
Yeah. The business came later on because like I started becoming around like people like Rafi and like his dad, and like I started to be around other like successful people, and like I'm like, damn, dude, like they take a shit every morning just like me. Like, why can't I do what they're doing?
What's the difference? You know what I'm saying?
It's
The difference is
same
that
time,
they just apply themselves more.
right?
it.
yeah.
Like
You know?
same time in the day, doing different things, and I started like taking advantage of like, all right, like if that's how I'm gonna think, like I'm gonna do things like just do it, you know, and do things differently, you know.
Yeah, man. again, I see the common theme in you, and the theme you do is you do something, you look back at it, you analyze it, and you say, how can I push it better? You know what I'm
Always.
saying? And I
Yeah.
saw that even with your the skull tattoo you did.
Yeah.
With you were doing it at the trap house, and then you went in with the dude Ralphie,
Mhm.
and then even with Bridge City now.
Yeah.
So you say you want to own multiple businesses. Are you doing anything else right now besides just tattooing?
What about the whole day trading thing?
So I for the past year, bro, I've been like studying and like practicing and doing it. I don't know if you guys ever heard of like options trading.
No.
It's kind of like a super complicated topic to break down in like such a short period of time, but like it's just pretty much playing the stock market, bro.
Oh, okay.
With options, like there's a lot of potential to make a lot of money, but it's just like not the average person can do it.
Mhm.
It's like very, very rare for people to like actually learn like how to do it. It's such a hard thing, you know? And even myself, like I've been doing it for almost a year now. I'm still like a guppy. I'm learning, you know? With what you do is you kind of like you play the stock market and you play like charts. Like you pick different stocks and you pretty much bet calls and puts, and you make money, you lose money, you know what I'm saying?
It's a big ass gamble.
Educated guess.
Okay.
A gamble is throw money, hope I make money.
Yeah.
With options trading is you have full authority and full right, full choice to like make a move. It's like chess.
Mhm.
You make the move at the right time, make money. You make the move at the wrong time, you lose money. But that's all it is. With the options in the stock market, it's all money. You know what I'm saying? And I've been trying to like learn that shit because like I have friends that you can make like $10,000 in a day in a couple hours. And there's guys that make like $30,000, $40,000 in a day from options trading in it. And like to me, that's my next like my next leap in my life is I'm dedicating, because I'm 26 right now. I mean, I'm 27. My bad. I'm 27. I'm gonna turn 28 in November, but I'm dedicating the next like 3-4 years into learning that shit. Just when in my 30s, I'm like a full-time trader, and like I have a lot of aspirations to like open businesses. Like I want to open up a bar. Like eventually, I want to open up a restaurant. Like I want real estate. Like I kind of already started like my real estate stuff. I bought a property in Mexico, and I just want to keep doing it. You know, like I didn't grow up with much, and like I've met people that have a lot, and I've always saw that, and I'm just like, they're just like me. Like they're just normal people that applied themselves to doing different things every day, and their life is reaping different benefits. So like I try to dedicate my time a lot to like learning and like constantly trying to like grow like with myself, you know? And hopefully in the future everything works out where like I have like those things, you know, which I'm aiming for. Like it's in my plan. But I for sure like maybe another tattoo shop towards LA.
Yeah.
Like a private studio, you know.
That'd be dope.
It's interesting you brought about tattoo shops. Since you've been in the game for about 11 years, we always ask our interviewers this question. How do you see the tattoo industry in the future, like the next 10 years?
Saturated.
You want to elaborate on that? Like
Saturated as in everyone's going to be doing it. Reason why is now you have things like Amazon, eBay, Etsy. Like now you can buy tattoo kits like anywhere.
Yeah.
And there's nothing wrong with that because everybody deserves an opportunity. But I feel like there's gonna be a lot more competition as time goes because it's becoming easier and easier to learn, like because of YouTube, Google, like all that stuff. Like it's so easy to learn nowadays. I feel like there's gonna be a lot more people doing it. Like it's just inevitable.
But I feel like now a lot of people have tienen las ganas para hacerlo. You know what I mean?
Like to keep going.
Yeah. I feel like they try it and they're like, and then they quit.
I feel like what's gonna happen is there's gonna be a lot of people like how you're saying that they're just like not gonna really try, but they're still gonna be making money.
Yeah.
They're still gonna be people no matter
I
what.
mean, patchwork is coming in fucking fast right now.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, that patchwork and that, what is it?
What is
hand
that?
poke?
Oh yeah, stick and poke.
Patchwork?
Stick and poke.
Yeah.
Like small pieces everywhere.
Like little small
Yeah,
pieces.
someone
you
wanted
know,
to trade
little
me for one.
hipster
That's what it's
thing.
called.
Yeah, little hipster thing. Yeah.
Well,
Okay.
I don't know if it's officially called that. Is that officially
Yeah,
called
Okay,
patchwork?
okay.
right? I mean, you're
Yeah.
hipster.
Yeah.
But bro, it just made me so upset.
That's some hipster shit.
Yeah.
Hipster stuff.
Okay.
They're like, "Oh, you want to trade tattoos?" And then they pulled up like their work.
Little
Well, it was
stick
stick and
and
poke, and I
poke.
was just kind of like, "Oh."
You're gonna get AIDS, bro.
I was like, I'm cool.
Bruh.
You can pay me for one though.
So it's interesting you said that. It's going to be more saturated. But
Not a lot of good artists, but then there's a lot of
what I would argue is
Potential.
just, so what are the consequences of that?
Gatekeeping. That's mine.
there is no consequences. We live
I-
in an unregulated country, and we work in an unregulated market.
Could you say that maybe because, okay, so in our area right here,
Mhm.
there's 5 tattoo shops within a mile.
Damn.
Yeah. So that's what you call saturated. Where before it was like in one city, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Now, like literally we got Luxury, we got Empire, which has been here for 30 years. We got
Yeah.
us. Down the
Default.
street, Stifel Tattoo. Like and maybe I
School
want to
Camonga.
say Rancho Old School Camonga, which is owned by Big Clint.
And that's not including the little private shops in between.
Exactly. So
Yeah.
knowing that, I always like to think about it in a business kind of way, right? Yes, it's saturated, right? I think the consequence of that is that the newcomers or the people that want to get in, they just got to work 10 times harder. So
They just
that
gotta catch up.
They just got to put the ganas
Yeah.
in. So do you want the ganas? I'm sorry it wasn't easy like 2009, 8, where,
Yeah.
you know what I mean? Now an artist coming in, that's why I tell everybody, draw more, get your attention out there, show them what you want, work 10 times harder. I'm sorry you work. Back then it was 5 times harder.
Mhm.
Maybe before that was 2 times. Before you didn't have to work that hard. You just drew something badass and somebody would want it. I don't know.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
I feel like it's getting easier because nowadays, like, you have social media and like you have Photoshop and like you have all these filters and lenses. Like, you could fucking suck, bro, and like you can still get by. You know what I'm saying? Like, I've met people that like their work is not good, and like they'll fucking Photoshop the shit out of it. Or they'll like blur it out, and like they've been doing it for like 10 years. You know, like I feel like more people are gonna like they're gonna figure it out. Like,
I feel like that's where our education comes in, though. Like,
Yeah.
our client education. Like, we try to teach all our clients, like, this is fake, this is real. You know what I mean?
yeah, I be telling my
So,
clients the same thing.
Yeah, so like someone comes in with the photo, yeah, we can't do that. I mean, I could do it on Photoshop. I'll show you. Don't worry.
Yeah, it's like black as
Yeah.
like black as black can get. You know, like
Yeah.
it doesn't look like that in real life.
But it goes back to like, yeah, it might be saturated, but how are you gonna stand out?
That's when your work ethic. You know.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So I don't know. I mean, you already been in another shop. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
How was that shop compared to our shop? Like, how?
Well, honestly, it was just more of kind of like an older culture. Like, draw something badass, post it, someone will pick it up. That was just kind of the thing that went around.
That's cool.
You know?
That's old school.
Yeah. that was the way I just.
Nah,
kinda-
if nobody wants it, you don't fucking work.
So
Yeah.
nowadays, you kind of have to push that envelope. Where we're like, all right, I'm gonna design these 5 tattoos real quick and fucking
Hopefully
send 'em
someone
out.
bites.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then promote it, and then still have other people like you do
Well, yeah.
post it for yourself and all that.
I would draw a sheet, and then I would just like have a new sheet every week or something like that.
Some
basically.
flash.
Yeah, and then like have some like real easy ones.
That's
at
good
the-
though. It's
at
good
the
you learn
bottom,
like that.
and then
Yeah.
like some real advanced ones at the top as it went. And,
Yeah. You
yeah,
just-
people would just
different
follow.
prices and stuff.
Yeah, people would just follow to see like the new artwork and what didn't hit this week, and I would just try different art styles as much as I could as well, and
Yeah.
No, yeah, and what I was saying about
How like new people are coming in the industry and stuff like that.
yeah, like there's so much business for everybody.
There is.
In the Inland Empire, what do we say? There's like 1 million people. Let's just say 1 million people. You
Yeah.
want to fact check this for me, dog?
Sure.
You know?
Hey Siri.
So how much can your tattoo shop tattoo in a year?
Not everybody, bro. There's
Less than 5,000 for sure.
Bro, there's business for everyone
You
for the
know?
next 5 years.
Yeah, and you break it down mathematically, that's like a .001%.
Yeah. The
Like-
way I see it is if you're not working, it's because your hustle ain't hard enough.
In the Inland Empire,
Yeah.
dude.
San Bernardino County, at least.
Okay, that's 4.5 mil.
My boy,
Dog.
that's a lot. You know,
1% of that is like 450,000 or something like that.
that's
When I have
a
my
lot,
shop,
bro.
I'm just gonna clone myself. I'm
You
gonna
know-
have all of myself working.
That's it. Hey, wait, no. Oh, let's. Interesting, you brought this up. Wait till the automated machine comes out.
You
That's
really
Oh,
think that'll happen?
yeah.
You won't
Yes.
let go of that fucking idea.
I said this in a podcast like 4 podcasts ago. I'm gonna invest in that shit.
I'm gonna clone myself.
What do you think on that? Let's you gonna clone yourself?
So
Yeah, let's talk about it.
I feel like it won't work because like everyone's reaction is different, right?
Mhm.
And the machine, I feel like it's gonna have certain settings to where it works and it does the thing it does, like the image.
Yeah.
But everybody's skin is different. That's like the beauty about being a human. Some people have more collagen. Some people have more plasma. Some people get more
Some
irritated.
people get more red. Yeah.
Some people have eczema. Like those settings are not going to be on a computer, I feel.
It's gonna be a laser. That's what I say.
Well,
Yeah.
regardless, it's gonna be a
I can
machine.
see that, but it's like, ouch.
But here's the
You
thing,
know?
though. Like, let's say you want to get anesthesia,
Right.
right? Because you got to do a surgery. They don't just say, "All right, come in. I'm gonna put anesthesia on you." They're gonna go put you through a filter of questions. Do you have heart condition? Do you do this? Do you do that? Well, when these arms come in, these digital robots to do tattoos, we're gonna have a process of filtering that. We're not just gonna be like, come in, walk in. There's gonna be a process, you know, just like a surgical procedure. But I honestly think there's different levels of people that want to get tattooed. There's the collectors, which we want as artists. We want them to work with us, get inspired by us. We work together. We do these sanjudas because I did like 30 sanjudas last year. You know what I'm saying? How many did you do?
Like 100.
You beat me
They
then.
pay the bills.
You know what I'm saying?
I mean, it is
But
what
did
it
you
is,
feel like a
know?
printer at one time? In a sense?
We have the stencils saved, bro. You know what I'm saying?
That's
The
my
old
point.
Infinity sign.
That's my
Yeah,
point.
like-
But the experience with that person is what connects you, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so there's the people that matter about that. There's the other people that just want an infinity sign or they want the lunar fucking
It's like basic tattoo.
diagram that is exactly 3 inches off. They care about that. That's the market for that. And that's my point. There's a market for everybody. No, it's not going to take everybody's job. I mean, if you think that,
Yeah.
then your hustle ain't that hard.
Yeah.
You feel me?
I don't know. Like, I feel like we are gonna be coming like in an automated like type of world where like there is gonna be machines replacing humans. But I feel like there's certain things that machines will never replicate, and it's like shit that you do with your hands. Like it's just the response is different. Like being a human is so beautiful, bro, because like we're so fast.
Yeah.
Like you could throw something to me and I'll catch it
Yeah.
right now. You throw it to a machine and there's no like response time, you know?
Mhm.
So I feel like
Well, we're recorded on. We're being on. What does that say? What is that saying? We're being on the record of
Right.
seeing what happens. you know?
Yeah.
That's the
But
beauty of podcasting.
I understand you. Like, I totally agree with you too. Like, especially with art, when it comes to it, I feel like every artist has their own signature too. You know what I mean? So
Yeah.
how can you
I see the
replicate that with the
extremities
machine?
of it though. I mean, like I could see like people coming in like you know those kiosks at McDonald's where you customize a burger?
Yeah.
It's like that fancy. Like with the screen, it looks that nice.
Yeah.
So you could like change the
You know, that's
tones of
already
the
happening, right?
tattoo.
It's happened.
Yeah,
That's already happening in Vegas.
Yeah.
There's a
No.
shop like that.
Really?
Yeah.
See, like that's where my mind was
And
going with where
it's a number. It's like you choose what you
It's like
want
a
on the
menu.
machine, on the iPad or whatever they have, and then the artist comes out, gets you, puts you on the machine or on the chair, tattoos you, and then you're out. It's
Bro, it happened with my Starbucks. I just downloaded Starbucks app. So
oh,
I'm
I
old
love
school.
that thing.
about time.
Look,
Yeah.
I got 4 drinks for my family because
Yeah.
we're about to come to the to work here.
Yeah.
I was in a rush. I ordered it. I decided everything. I paid. I went to the store and I picked them up.
Yeah.
I mean, the human made it, obviously,
Yeah.
but that's my point. Like,
Is that where you're
it's-
getting at?
that's what I'm getting at.
Okay.
That eventually people are gonna come, but there is gonna be those few that is gonna be a moneymaker for the shop that the robot just does like bars and shit that is like humanly impossible to get exact.
I mean, if it doesn't exist yet, put some money in and make it happen.
Bro,
you know?
But
hey,
the industry's gonna
Boston.
change, though,
What is it
because-
called? Boston Instrumentals or what is it? You told me about those robots. You're spaced out.
Oh, Boston Dynamics.
Boston Dynamics. I
Yeah,
might
right,
have to
they make
invest
the
in them
dogs.
because
They make the
Yeah, they make the
dogs.
dogs.
Hey,
they make
Boston
the
Dynamics.
backflip
invest in
robots.
some tattoo artists.
It's
They'll make
2.1
money.
mil, by the way. San
Huh?
Bernardino
But-
County.
What's that?
2.1.
2.1.
Million people.
Million?
Yeah,
Where was the 4.5?
that's when I just put Inland Empire.
Inland Empire is so vast,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah,
So
it's
San
true.
Bernardino, 2.5 million people here.
Yeah, that's.
But
so
I feel like
lot.
someone's always gonna find a way to try to change this industry, though, and I think that's what people are afraid of. Like, look at what's going on in New York right now. There's a shop that opened up that all they do is tattoos that go away within a year. That's all they do.
Oh, well, I know like Bang Bang,
No, it's not Bang Bang.
but they be
It's-
doing like those tiny light tattoos.
No, these are actual like tattoos. But they
Uh-huh.
figured out a
That
formula with the
fades,
ink.
right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I've seen it.
It's the same process with the tattoo. You the same needle and everything, but the ink goes away within about a year.
Your skin eats it, basically.
That's such a waste of money.
Yeah, right.
For the client, not for the
Right.
artist.
Well, for the artist.
That means I can redo it again and make it better the next time.
Yeah, that's a
But
trip.
their market is basically for people who want to experience the tattoo, but
Yeah.
don't want to have the permanent part of it.
The
You know?
I mean,
The
I could
instant
see collectors
gratification.
like changing their bodies a lot. Like if you have the money for it,
Mm.
like to just have whole different looks doing it. But that's so rare. I don't see that like becoming that normalized. You know,
I mean, you never know.
it could be. I mean, if it's cool,
Yeah.
you know.
You
But
never know. There's a lot of people that want to see how it looks, and they want to. After a year, they're like, "Fuck it, I want something else."
I know
Yeah.
there's a company where you can send them a design, and then, like the fake tattoos.
Yeah.
You can like send them a design, and they print you like a fake tattoo, and you like put it on your arm, and then like take a picture and see. how it
Oh
looks.
yeah, I seen that. They marketed it to
that-
me.
I mean, that's pretty cool.
Yeah.
So let's change the subject up a little bit. Let's talk about marketing here.
Let's do it.
You know, I like that aspect. I like business, like marketing. We talk about it here all the time. We brand ourselves everywhere. We
Yeah.
have shirts. We have flasks, or what do you call them?
The flask shots. shot
No, the
glasses?
thermals.
Oh, the
Flask.
Flask.
Is it
Yeah.
flasks?
Yeah.
Yeah, we have some. We give them to
hydro
our clients.
flasks.
Hydro flask.
Oh, I think he's talking about the shot, like for alcohol.
No, I was talking
No.
about like,
Oh, okay.
where is it at? Don't you have one?
Yeah, we have like those
Hydro
water metal.
Oh.
ones.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
hydro
The
flasks.
The little
Hydro
metal for
flask.
coffee.
Tumblers.
Hey,
That's
shots
what
would be
okay.
cool though.
Yeah, that's true. We probably could do that.
That's smart though. I give out pens.
No,
That's
bro, because
the
everybody
way-
drinks coffee, dude. And imagine
Yeah.
it just says, you know, your Bridge City right there. They're gonna be like, oh, what is
That's
that?
dope. Yeah.
So, how do you go about, or what's your perspective on marketing with your business? Do you think it's essential? Which I know, I already know the answer.
Bro, that's everything. It goes back to what I said. Like, if you want to be a successful person, in order for you to be successful, people need to know who you are. If you want to be with somebody, people, like, everybody needs to know who that somebody is. Like, even if you're whack, bro, like, if everybody knows who you are, everybody knows who you are. You know, like, it doesn't matter what you do. Like, if everybody knows who you are, you're already winning, because now you have everybody's attention. Now everybody at least recognizes your face. You know, look at all these, like, you know, YouTube famous, TikTok famous, Instagram famous, like all these people that just come out of nowhere. Like, why do you keep seeing their face? Like, why are they famous? Why do they keep popping up on your feed? It's because they're creating so much content. You have no choice. You literally have to like swallow that shit. It's like, oh fuck.
It's like the Andrew Tate.
There you go. You know,
He's
Yeah.
everywhere.
No
I
matter
like to
what.
simplify it like this. Like, we don't always need a fucking mechanic, right? But when we do need them,
Mhm.
we're searching for one.
Yeah.
So can you imagine that mechanic that's constantly advertising to you and giving you value? Like, hey man, sometimes, you know, if your car dies out, it's not a big thing. It could have been this, or this.
Mhm.
Oh man, thanks, Mike the mechanic. You know, whatever. I'm just saying when I don't know any mechanic.
Yeah.
I wish I did. If you know a mechanic, guys, let me know. I need one every once in a while. But the point is that you have to be out there giving value to people, because you never know when they will need that service from you. That's a tattoo. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And so that's why I say we have to do content. That's what we do. I mean, we're transparent here. The podcast here is to bring value to people so that they know about us.
Just something to watch, bro.
It's something to watch. And
Yeah.
then we talk, not only that, but we give insight about tattooing, you know,
Just
and
a
business.
different perspective, you know?
Yeah. So that, and we do the vlog. We actually have a vlog too that we record on Thursdays,
That's dope.
day in a life, you know, and we do the behind the scenes of when we get a tattoo, what goes wrong. Like the last one we did, my stencil was wrong. It was on my cousin.
Yeah.
It was a nautical map.
Mhm.
It was slightly off. I could have done it. She would have never known,
But it's like,
you know. But I said no. Let's erase it. Let's switch it.
yeah,
So that's the kind of stuff we do to show value to people that we really give a fuck, you know.
yeah.
So marketing is big, dude. You have to think about that. And recently you just hired a media specialist, right?
Shout out to Isaiah.
Isaiah.
That's
What's
the
his
man
handle?
right
What's his
there.
handle, bro? Let's give him some props.
Zay press play.
Zay. And young man, how old is he?
23, bro.
23. Damn.
I like that hat though.
Yeah.
Film crew. We need to get
Hey.
Anchor Mind ones
Here,
that says.
come over here real quick, bro. Come inside real quick.
Yeah,
People
come in.
gotta-
Come
people
say
gotta
what's
see
up,
your
dude.
face,
Yeah,
bro.
I know. We talk about it, but
Yeah.
Yeah.
This guy has a lot of talent, bro, and like
Yeah.
I see him like
stand over here, though.
growing a lot, you know.
Yeah.
This is Isaiah. Yeah.
And that's a beast of a machine too. Look at that. Well,
we're gonna have a lot of projects coming out, you know.
Nice.
But I was telling him the same thing, like the value, like I feel like in my career, bro, I feel like I was kind of like in a stagnant like a place, like where I was just kind of like, I'm like, all right, what's the next step? And back to what I was saying, like if people don't know who you are, bro, your business is not gonna grow. So I was like, I need to start making more content, you know. And he pretty much says like, hey, bro, like we can do this, you know. And like I
so
trust
he
his
just
vision.
follows you around, and you guys bring value to people, or what do you do?
Well, shit. For now, like I'm just gonna get more footage out and just content, like stuff to watch, like something cool, you know, like interesting, something different. And then like eventually, like we're gonna travel, and we're gonna like, cause I used to do a lot of tattoo conventions. I'm gonna take them to tattoo conventions, like behind the scenes, like how you were saying, like show how it is being an artist, bro. You know,
You're telling your story, you know.
like you go to other states, bro, and like you got like $10 in your wallet. Monday evening, you got like 4 or 5K in your pocket.
Oh, bro, I want to see that.
You know, like
that.
Like real shit, like
dope.
like artists struggling. You know, like I'm not a perfect artist, bro. I struggle just like everyone else. You know, like I have my days. Like I want to get more content like that. Like keep it real. You know, like you know he's the man that I'm.
No,
to
man.
work with.
In our break, I told him, I'm like, dude, filmographers and photographers right now, they're like gold. They're like gems.
Right.
Everybody's gonna be shooting out for you. They're gonna be. There's people are starting to realize how important you guys are gonna be right now. You know what I'm saying? Because I know how to edit. Remember I asked you what program? Premiere Pro. I know how to edit on Premiere Pro. Am I the best? No. That now I just jumped into Final Cut. You know, because I do some editing for my wife's gym.
Okay.
And so I know how to do it all, but the opportunity cost for me to do that, I'll lose money if I just focus more on.
You're not dedicated to it 100%.
No, it's not that. It's like
You have to choose one or the other.
yeah, if I do that, then I can't tattoo and charge my full day rate.
Right.
Right.
Yeah.
So, but I learned something. I need to know how to do it. So when I hire somebody else to do that, I need to see that. Oh, you know what? You know what? Your transitions are a little bit too much. You know, chop them up a little bit. He's gonna be like, "What the hell? You know this?" I'm like, "Yeah."
Yeah.
So you know, it gets a better quality. Is what I'm
feel
saying.
you.
So, respect, bro.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Hell
Yeah, man.
Shout out to Isaiah.
Yeah, I know, man. We need to get him on the podcast when he, you know.
Hey, he's gonna be doing a lot, bro. He's going to film school, so like
nice.
eventually he's gonna make movies and shit. Watch.
Bro, when our guy Carlos, he's been on our podcast, and we just
Shout out to Carlos.
Anchored Minds over there, right? There's business for everybody. That's the beauty of it. And
the world is yours.
yeah,
You know,
I seen that somewhere. Where did I see that?
Scarface.
It's a joke, fool. It's stupid.
But it's like own it. You know, like
Yeah.
No.
literally the opportunities are endless.
Yeah, and to that point, like, you know, with getting a media guy for us, it's an investment on us part. It ain't cheap, bro.
Yeah.
It ain't cheap.
We're doing it for
You
the
know?
first year.
Yeah.
For the first year, we're recording, and then after tattooing, we'll fucking stay till like 2 a.m. editing.
Yeah. And then we're like, fuck this. You know, I'm tired. Like,
Yeah.
I just
Yeah.
did 8 hours, 10 hours tattoo. You think I want to be like,
It's cool you
cutting
guys know how
clips?
to edit. I was just like I don't want to like half-ass it, and like I don't want to like shortcut it or like not know how to do it. So I was just like, eventually I'll meet someone and like he's dedicated like full time.
Which is smart.
And then like I trust him. Like this is what you do, bro. This is what you study. This is what you dedicate your life to.
But
You
if
know?
you couldn't afford it, you would have half-assed it.
Oh yeah,
You know what I'm saying? That's the
Yeah.
point. That
I'd rather wait. you
yeah,
know?
because when I learned tattooing, I was learning how to do Illustrator. I do vectoring logos. I do my logos. I'll
I've
vector
seen that.
the logos.
Yeah.
We do that.
Pretty dope.
Photoshop, I'm okay with it.
Yeah.
I wanted to edit or my own videos. I'm like, fuck, I need to edit this time lapse that I just did on this picture. I'm gonna fucking edit it. Or how do I do it? Right. So
Mhm.
I didn't wait for that perfect time. I just did it
Yeah.
because I couldn't afford it. But if I couldn't afford it at the time, I would have hired somebody.
Do you wish you would have waited, or do you feel like?
I'm a big proponent of just do it,
Mm,
and then as you're doing it, you're seeing how to get better at it.
right.
You know what I'm saying? That's
Yeah.
just
like
how
learning
learning as you go, and then when you get to a point where you can afford to hire the professional, hire him.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
I preach waiting.
You prefer waiting?
Preach waiting.
Yeah, we had a conversation about that.
Me, it's just like I like just because I know I don't know how to do that shit. I just don't want to make it look like cheesy. Like I've worked so long and like so hard. Like I want it to come out good the first time. You know.
Yeah. Well, we can
I
get
don't know,
into
but
that.
it feels good, like, because we did it.
Yeah.
The first time we did a podcast, we recorded with an iPad.
Oh, you guys are ballsy. Yeah.
Yeah, bro.
You
We,
guys just
we
doing
we
it.
did an iPad here, yeah, and
Yeah,
then we put the
'cause
phone.
We
Yeah.
didn't have the audio, so audio was recording on the iPad. Then we had 2 phones. We didn't know where to look, kind of shit like that.
Because we couldn't
Look
afford
at you
it.
guys now, bro. You
Yeah.
guys are set.
And that's my point, that we couldn't
Yeah.
afford this at the time. We couldn't afford
Yeah.
Anchored Minds. You know, the food's pricey, you know, but
Oh, fuck.
because, bro, everybody thinks this is a different set. I'm like, no, this is where we fucking tattoo.
Right.
But the perception is that it's quality, right?
Mhm.
But it took us a while to do that because we just jumped on it.
Right.
We couldn't jump on it right away. I mean, we had a little small spot. We could barely even tattoo there, yet let alone do a podcast,
Yeah.
you know?
Everything takes time.
So
No.
that's why.
Yeah, and I think that's going through that.
These are
actually
good,
helped
man.
us
Making me
learn
speak some
to get
gems.
right now where we're at. Damn, dude, downed it.
I know. It's good, bro. Thank
Some
you.
Good stuff.
Thank you, bro.
Yeah,
I would have been
fucking
quiet if you
happiness.
didn't bring this.
Fuck, I already lost my train of thought.
No, like just how we started. You know, we started in that other shop, and
You
I
guys
like to look back at
You
those. I
guys
really
just
do.
did it though.
Oh, yeah,
That's
yeah.
what's cool.
No, what I was trying to say is it looks good, or it feels amazing going back on YouTube and seeing that first video and fucking be like, fuck, that's where we started.
Yeah.
Dude, our first video, he's in his cool jacket. He wants to look cool, right?
Yeah.
I'm in like a cool fucking camouflage green, and we're trying to look cool, and our hair's done, and we don't know how to stand, but we're looking at that stuff, right? And we're getting inspired because we remember that time why we wanted to start it. And look,
Yeah,
and
that's
look
cool.
now.
I like
Look
that.
now we have this.
Yeah.
Well, which
I would have
is-
been hella camera shy, bro.
Bro,
we were.
Yeah.
We were. Look, the
Yeah.
camera's there, and we didn't know where to look. There was one where we're looking at the wrong camera.
I think we down 240s to get used to it.
Bro,
Yeah.
you know? But then he did some research, and he watched the podcast of some business guys called, what's it called?
Real business owners.
Yeah.
Okay.
And all they do is just they talk to each other like this. And he's
Mm.
like, bro, why don't we just talk to each other like this and record it? It'd be better. And it's changed the game
It
for
fucking
us.
works.
You know?
Yeah. if it
Instead
works,
of
it
being over
works.
here like this. So, you know, I'm Monster. Tell me about, you know?
Yeah.
like
Like
it-
like an Anchorman.
Yeah. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? That's not who we are. This is not.
Yeah.
So
That's cool though, because it's like you guys like leveled up, you know.
we try to, yeah.
Yeah.
Are you going to do a blog or something?
Eventually, yeah. Like honestly, bro, I was kind of camera shy for a while,
Oh.
and I'm just like I'm
You
just
don't
over
seem
it.
it.
I'm just over that shit,
Yeah.
bro.
But it takes practice, right?
Well, not really. I just like now I just don't give a fuck, bro.
Yeah.
Like
What do we talk about?
for-
Self-awareness.
For a long
Yeah.
time, bro. Like I gave a fuck a lot about like what people thought
Ooh,
about
we
me.
can get this topic going. Tell me about it.
But
Tell
like,
me.
because that's a big thing with anybody.
Yes.
Like, oh, am I attractive enough, or my teeth are not perfect, or like I have acne, or like I have scars. Like now it's like I don't give a fuck, bro. Like I go on the internet and I see all these people that are like they're fucking doing it, and the only reason why they're doing it is because they put themselves out there.
and they were consistent.
And the only thing holding people back is themselves, you know? So now it's just like I don't want to hold back, and like I want to work with Isaiah, and like I want to make a lot of videos, because back then I would care a lot, like oh, my looks, or like what if I look goofy, or like
Yeah. Bro,
like-
that's everybody.
like
not
I don't
just
have the
tattoos.
perfect face. Like I
Right.
was thinking of all that stuff, and now it's just like I don't give a fuck, bro. Like this is how I look. If you see me in the street, say what's up. Like
Yeah.
you know, like I don't want to like care
Because I
about
did
that
follow
stuff.
your content, and the only time you would put videos up is like on Friday the 13th or your grand opening one, which is pretty amazing.
It's like
that
big events.
yeah,
that's it, you
and
know?
I was like, man, I wish she could start. Like honestly, to no lie, like if you started a blog,
yeah.
it'd be
That's what I was telling
like
him.
a day in a life, dude.
Yeah.
You know what I'm
But
saying? Like,
traveling. I want to do it traveling. Like sometimes we miss our fucking flights.
but what about the shop? You don't think the shop has anything?
Yeah, I want to do it at the shop, but like I want to do things that are a little different, like things that you're not seeing. Like I feel like the shop videos are cool, but like you see that a lot now. Like I want to do things that you don't see often, like some shit
The
like
lifestyle.
not a lifestyle, but just like some real like everyday shit. Like, oh, okay, we're on our way to fucking New York. Damn, we just missed our fucking flight. We gotta wait 3 hours. Now we gotta eat a fucking sandwich.
Yeah,
Like,
I get
just
it.
different, like more raw. Like, you know.
I mean, you could do both. You know, you
Yeah.
could be like,
Eventually, you know.
yeah, to be more, because like we have a shop blog, and what episode are we on, Carlos? Like, we probably have like 30 of them already, right? And you know what I like is like we hear people saying, "Man, we watch your vlogs and we feel like we know you already."
That's cool.
That's
Yeah.
like, you know what I'm saying? And
Yeah.
then we can blog. Like he likes to travel. I don't like to travel. I have kids. I just like to stay home. But he can record it and vlog it, and then people would just jump with him and feel like they went with him to Philadelphia or whatever the fuck, you know?
Bro, that's
You know?
people sometimes like they're never gonna be like
I'm gonna go to your hometown, Jalisco.
We're more than welcome, bro.
He's actually where you going?
Viva La Tinta.
Oh, okay.
Cali
Oh,
Padilla.
dope, dude. Yeah.
Yeah.
Daniel Roach is gonna have a seminar, I think, on
Yeah,
Thursday.
yeah.
Thursday or Friday. Should check that out.
That's like in your hometown area, no?
I think
Guadalajara?
around there, yeah. Yeah. But what were we saying?
About marketing
Marketing
or vlogging the
the vlog the traveling thing to me, like I see that as such like a big hit, bro, because like not everybody's gonna have the same opportunity as you to like go to fucking Oregon, go to Texas, go to Miami, go to New York,
Yeah.
go to Philly. Like it kind of sucks, and I encourage everyone to kind of like get out of their cave and like their bubble and like go somewhere new. But some people, they'll never have that courage
Yeah.
to leave the city.
I get your point.
You know what I'm saying? And like
Yeah.
you are that person to them because you're like either you're from the same place, like you could be from the same city and you're in another part of the world. You know,
They can live it through you.
boom, that's what it is. You know,
Yeah.
but
Oh, okay.
you what you do is all you have to do is just document it.
Yeah.
And put it out. You know, you're still gonna do it.
It's a big investment. You gotta pay for double the airplane ticket, double. You know what I'm
I'm
saying?
about to buy our
Hey.
flight tickets to Philly.
Buy some maruchanes to him too. You know what I'm saying?
Nah.
No, I'm just kidding.
Denny's 236 menu.
You gonna go to convention over there?
Huh?
You're gonna go to convention over there?
No, I'm just gonna go out there and like I'm gonna get an Airbnb and like tattoo and stuff.
Cool.
Yeah,
Do you
just, like,
travel a
raw
lot
shit.
to tattoo?
Huh?
You have clients that
In
other
different states? Yeah.
That's dope.
What I try to do is like I mean I keep in touch, bro. Like
Yeah.
eventually I make friends with like people from like different states and stuff like that. And I just keep in touch and like, you know, hey, I'm gonna be out there, you know. Eventually they tell all their homies and stuff, when you're out there, bro, you're the man. Like
Yeah.
like you have like 4 or 5 people waiting for you and just knock them out. Vacation a little bit, sightsee and make money, come back home and
Like Florida.
Yeah. You know what I want to do with him? Like once I'm ready to start going out, because right now I got like my kids, right? They're 8 and 9. I really
Yeah.
want to be with them. But I told him, let's rent a mansion in Florida. You know, we got friends there, we got family there that think we could get some clients there, you know,
yeah.
and just do that and experience that. Because some of our artists we look up to, like Mako, you know,
Oh, Marco Disco?
yeah,
Yeah.
he does that shit and it's dope. You know, how often is that?
Bro,
you know what I'm
it-
saying? But even if it doesn't have to be a mansion, it could just be a.
I was about to say we've tattooed out of fucking motels, hotels, Airbnbs.
Right.
Like
But how dope would it be to be like next to the
beautiful,
pool,
bro. That would be
Yeah.
amazing.
with
you
the air
know?
conditioner bumping, and then after that you party.
All that is like you increase the value of your content.
Yeah.
Bam.
There's a channel called
And where do you
Yes
start
Theory.
that?
You know?
What was that?
Oh no, there's a channel called Yes Theory that kind of follows like what you guys are talking about. I feel
Really?
like.
Yeah,
Yeah,
we gotta
they
check it
travel
out.
around a lot. It's like a group of dudes, and they just kind of
Just vlog everywhere.
they vlog, and it's like kind of the plane rides and the culture and the restaurants they're going.
And
to.
you
Yeah,
brought up
Just-
a good
yeah.
point, and you have to increase the value of content, right?
Right.
But it goes back to, I feel like that raw content, like fucking the shitty hotels and all that. It's relatable. You know
Like
what I mean?
me, like I'll be straight up. Like sometimes there's been times, bro, where you don't got fucking money to stay at a fucking 5-star hotel.
Yeah.
You got a Motel 6 for a night,
Yeah.
and then someone hits you up, hey, I want to get a tattoo. Come on by, you know.
I remember the first time I went to Philly, I rented an Airbnb with like 10 different artists, right?
Damn.
And then I couldn't finish my tattoo on the first day on Friday, so I brought her
Mhm.
back. And I was tattooing her on the kitchen table. I had her laying down. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So
I mean,
it's
as
kinda
long as
Should
very-
and if you had a full time vlogger there, that would have been a
Man,
badass
yeah,
content.
that would have been amazing.
As long as you're legit, like in what you do, like your craft, like I don't think it matters where you do it.
Yeah.
No, but I really think that
You
The-
know.
the good ones stand out with how they build the content. You know what I'm saying?
It's like how do you put it out there?
Yeah.
Do you think it goes back to perception, like of these people like flossing all these chains, having all this money? That's going.
That's
to the
so
tattoo
cliche,
industry?
bro.
But is it going to the tattoo industry where you have to go tattoo at a 5-star hotel next to the beach, fucking tattooing outside on the balcony,
So
kind of thing?
that's what I was telling him. Like, I don't want to do that.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, I wear jewelry and stuff like that, but like, bro, I'll be in the slums. Like, I don't want to glorify like flossing and spending money. Like, yeah, like it's good to go out to like nice restaurants and stuff like that, but like show the fucking like the neighborhood you're at, you know, show the fucking tweakers around the corner, like show them what it really is. Like, stop fronting, you know.
Yeah.
I feel like social media is like such a big front. Like, you meet them in person, it's like, it's not really like that, you know. Like, I kind of want to change that. Like,
But you can do both, though, is what I'm saying. Like,
yeah, like,
because if you portray that, then you're not gonna get those
high end.
clients, and eventually you gotta analyze, what do you want to do? Do you want to stay at these clients, or you want to level up to like a sports guy? And a sports guy, let's say he has change, right?
yeah,
He's not gonna want to go to that slum unless he's really, really about it, right?
That's where I like. I just want to, because I mean, obviously we don't just tattoo in areas like that, but like show it all, you know.
Yeah.
Like, you're like, damn, this guy knows this. Like, he's been in the streets. He's been in the 5-star hotels. Like, he gets it in anywhere.
Yeah, exactly.
There's
Like,
a guy
I would
called Channel 5 that does it kind of exactly that too.
Yeah.
Yeah, he kind of just like goes around on the streets and like really interviews like the slums of things and shows the city and things like that. But he also goes to like the huge cons and stuff. But people recognize it, like it is irony. Like, if he's there, they know who he is as a person and kind of his message, and they know that like, yeah, it's the content is what people like are derived on, but people know what he's like actually thinking being there, like who he is and what he is. Yeah,
Like, fucking, you know, go to the slums, and then next you're having a fucking 5-star dinner on a rooftop later that night.
yeah,
And that's exactly what you said. Like, one day we can be out at Florida in a mansion, right?
Yeah.
And then after, let's go eat food, or let's go to the Paisa fucking marisco store, like banda all day.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Where they have the
shit.
just like both spectrums. It's not like, oh, let's go eat fancy steak over here, because that's not who we are.
Right. Yeah, exactly.
So it all matters how you want to portray your story.
The best food is in the hood.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Like, I wanted to make it as relative and relatable to like the average person watching.
Yeah.
Like, it's not just all fucking, like you say, like chains and spending $10,000. Like, it's just like you're just a fucking normal person.
Let's go a little bit further though.
Die out though too as well.
No, but let's go a little further.
I don't.
Do you really want to portray to everybody, or do you want to portray to your community that follows you?
Everyone. Like, anybody can, like, I'm not saying just tattoo artists, but like anybody can like pursue their dreams, because this is a dream of mine, you know. Like, this is something that I live for now. Like, it doesn't matter where you are or what you look like. It doesn't matter like where you go. You can go and like do it, you know. Like, there's a guy named Vic Fades. Have you guys seen him?
Did I follow him?
Bro, that guy's
I've seen him when
he's a genius.
Yeah.
He goes to all kinds of places, and like he blew up, you know.
Do you hear your story how you started though? How you started blowing up? Fucking had no money and fucking flew to LA for a competition.
Damn, that's crazy.
I didn't know
never
that.
heard of that.
Yeah.
You're talking about the Guarillo, right? With the tats?
Yeah, bro. And
Vic
he
Blends.
just-
Vic
he
Blends.
just-
That's his name.
Yeah, Vic Blends.
Yeah.
And he just like,
And now he tattoos like sorry, I'm thinking about tattoo, but he cuts hair in the street, and he fucking has millions of viewers, and you know how many sponsorships.
yeah, but
Like,
like,
he was consistent.
not even just people in the street. Now like he's getting attention. The thing is, now he's getting attention from like athletes, famous people, and stuff like that.
He's doing commercials, bro. For
Right.
Monster.
You know what I'm
The
saying?
guy I'm
Yeah.
talking about, he does like a mix of both. So he would interview
Yeah.
like whoever the people were there to see. Like, let's say like it's an athlete or like it's a concert.
Yeah.
He would interview the actual people at the concert and then the guy who's performing for him.
Yeah.
And then you kind of see like
So it
both
has
sides
both
of the,
sides. It's not
yeah.
just the.
you see like the
Genius.
audience of it,
Yeah.
like the demographic they're going for.
That's
and
what I
then
like,
Even if the
you know?
artist like vibes with it, and then the realness really kind of portrays there, because then it shows
Yeah.
like who's supporting who, and then what they think of their audience,
Yeah.
and then who's like, you know, what side you're actually on when it comes to being like when you're supporting a brand or watching whatever you're watching. You know, I feel like he's a part of the crowd too. You know, I don't really feel like he's this.
So like normal people, like fuck first class, like we're taking regular, like you know, cabin, like stuff like that. You know,
The realness. People appreciate realness.
that's what it is, bro. Like I want to do that.
And you have your own right to interpret what your realness is.
Yeah.
He has his own right. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So there's so many fucking channels now. The channels are not the normal channels that were like CNN, Channel 5. You know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
Mm-hmm.
The channels have just opened up everywhere now. And that's what we're talking about, saturation. Saturation happens in all channels now.
Yeah.
It's now who's going to pop. And the way you're going
Who's
to pop,
different?
maybe not different.
Yeah.
Maybe who you connect with.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
I see it as like how you were saying earlier, like who stands out or who's doing something like if everybody's doing the same thing or who's doing something different or like do they do things like a certain way that like gets your attention or like makes you mad?
Yeah.
Like it doesn't really matter.
Oh, bro.
You
One
know?
of the marketing techniques of actually blowing up, but what I learned is being controversial.
Trolling.
Trolling, you can
Yeah.
say it, yeah.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
you know what I'm saying? If you're a controversial person, but not
thing dying too.
But- but-
Well, people are self-aware now. a
no,
little
but
bit.
people like drama. That's the thing. Think about it.
Yeah.
People in general,
has to be real. Like
Well, it has to be funny, in my opinion.
well, it has to connect with them. Like,
yeah.
you know, like I listen to a lot of those Mexican meme ones and they have the drama with the parents.
Yeah.
And what are my uncles doing? Mira, look, this, as he is.
It's
as
like
he is.
relatable.
And yeah, relatable,
Right.
relatable, controversial stuff.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And so that's, I think sometimes we have to analyze that. And few people want to go that route, being controversial.
Yeah. Like
You know what I'm saying?
I'm gonna take my boy like in Philly, there's a place called Kensington. It's like the Skid Row. Like I'm gonna take my boy there, and it's like fucking Skid
Slums.
Row, like slums. But then later on that night, I'm gonna take my boy to a restaurant.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
I can't wait to see it, bro. That's
Like
dope.
how are you gonna go see homeless people, but then you guys are gonna go eat a fighter? But it's just like you just gotta show everything.
Have you
know?
had a situation where he's following you, recording you, and
We
people
just
are like-
started, bro.
Oh, literally?
We just started.
Wow.
Yeah, this is gonna be the second video he's gonna do. Yeah,
Sick.
Have
I'm
you been to
pumped,
Philly?
bro. Huh?
Have you been to Philly before?
Oh, bro, I've traveled to like I want to say like 25 states.
Damn.
Nice.
Yeah,
Love it.
I used to do a lot of shows and shit with some guy named Tom Hernandez. Shout out to Tom. Yeah, we it was a tattoo tour, and we would just travel, bro, everywhere, like show to show. Like sometimes in a month we'll do like 2-3 shows. We'll drive to like New York, you know, like
How'd you promote shows like these?
Huh?
How'd you promote them? Like, what was like the?
it was a tattoo convention. So like,
Oh, okay.
bro, like
Okay, I
dead
get you,
ass.
yeah.
Like I would go with zero money in my wallet, and I'll
Okay.
come back with like 4 or 5K. Like,
Yeah.
and it
believe
was real as fuck. Cause like the day we get there on Thursday and shit, I'm fucking hungry. Everyone's hungry, and like we don't got no food for. We just bought our last money. Like,
Imagine if you had homeboy with you.
I know, bro, but it's never too late.
No, it's never too late.
You know.
But that's the point. That's like there's a lot of content in our struggles in our life,
Mhm.
and that's what we're discussing.
I want to
right
show
now.
struggle, like just like a normal person, like you're trying to blow up, just like everyone. Like you're trying to blow up, you're trying to blow up. You know, you're trying to blow up. Like that's what I want to show. Is like
What are you chasing?
freedom, bro.
Bam. That's
Like,
what I wanted to hear.
I want to be able to do this and
Can-
go anywhere in the world.
Can you have freedom without money?
In today's world, money is a big tool.
Bam. I just had
And
this conversation with your brother
If
earlier.
you do not know how to use your money,
Mm.
the money works you. You have to have the money work for you. Like, don't work for the money. You know what I'm saying? Like, you got to do like certain things to where like it's either gonna benefit you or take away from you. You know. And I feel like if you make the right moves, bro, like you tend to have more freedom. Just like what we do, like it's a big blessing what we do because right now we're not working. It's fucking Monday.
It's a Monday.
Like
We
evening,
could have
you
been
know?
making money. Like normally, to the higher percentage of people on Monday is like their day start their week. What are we doing?
Yeah.
Podcasting.
Yeah, like we're kicking it, we're drinking a fucking
Yeah.
happy dad. Like
You know what I'm saying?
We're blessed to be able to do that. You know.
But why? Because we hustle to get money
Right.
that buys us the freedom. And that's what I
Yeah.
say. Like people say like, oh, it's not all about money. It's not about money all the time. But
Nah.
money buys you freedom to freedom
For
to
sure.
do
It's
this
just-
stuff.
Perspective, I think. Like, do you know the philosopher? I think his name is Ziocidus. Or nah, he's like just some homeless dude on the street.
Break it down, bro. You got
Yeah,
break it
Gesundheit,
down.
right?
You gotta break it
That's
down.
why I love this
So-
kid.
Yeah.
He's just like every day he comes with like some new
Yeah,
gems
I
to
wanna
us.
hear about
Tell
this.
us, tell us.
Okay,
bro.
so he was just like some dude on the side of the street, and I think he knew Aristotle and like Plato and a lot of the big philosophers at the time, and they just thought he was the worst because his philosophy around like freedom
I got you one.
was
Good, bro.
Go get him. Finish the thought. I want to hear this.
it was just the opposite of like financial value because he was like, oh, I have everything I need, and he just like slept on the street, and his thing was that he was so smart that he thought that he already he was like, there's nothing else to it. He's like, if I don't want that, he's like, if I have the need for it, I can
I
go
understand
do
what you're
it.
saying.
And so he had like, even I think he had one of the princes or the queens of, you know, a country come down to try and meet him, and they wanted a picture, some crap with him. He's like, nope. They wanted like some autograph, some kind of passage he would write, like a poem. I forget what they wanted, what year it was, you know.
Yeah.
But he was like, nah, I'm cool. And he's like sat there on the sidewalk. And even like the queens are like, damn, this guy's pretty sick. And it's just like the perspective of what you want to fulfill your life, I think. Because there's people that like him look at it that way and would be cool being that way, you know. Because
everybody's needs are different. Everybody's different needs.
So I always say, if you're fine where you're at, don't listen to my content. Don't listen to my aspirations. But if you're a person that's tired where you're at and you're always complaining that why can't I get where I want to be, then listen to what I'm saying. Because Gary V, I listen to a high proponent of Gary V.
That was dope. Yeah, and Ryan.
How do you feel about him, kid? No.
It's controversial.
Look, but anyways, aside from that, let me finish my thought.
Let me
finish my thought.
Controversy.
He says, if you're happy where you're at, then fine. I'm not against that. Do you, boo boo, you know?
Yeah.
But if you complaining.
You want another one?
I got you.
Oh, Diogenes. That's his name.
Diogenes. Man,
Diogenes.
this guy has, dude.
You're smart
bro.
guy, bro.
Why do you think we got him, bro?
Yeah,
he's only 19.
Smart, bro. Yeah.
Anyways.
He's
so,
woke.
But if you want, exactly. But if you want to be better yourself, then you do have to figure out how to get money, because money is going to allow you to better yourself in the position you want, changing positions. Mentally, it doesn't cost anything to be self-aware. But look, next year, if I want to take a month off and travel the world in my art, or not the world, but let's say the US right now, because that's one of my like bucket list things, you call it. If I want to travel for a month and not worry about I have to rush back on fucking November 22nd to work, that's called freedom.
Yeah.
Right?
Financial freedom. Because now I know my bills are paid for that whole month. I know that I have money in the bank. How do you get to that B, from A to B? How do you get there? You deal with everything in between. And that means you hustle and you work and you get that money. Wasn't handed to you either.
No, now.
Yeah.
And I always tell them, like, all right, to get money, you have to be good at something. So what you're good at? You're good at customer service. You're good at your tattoos, because that's what we do here, right? And you're good at getting busy and started doing work. So that's why I focus on customer service and good quality tattoos. And I really give a fuck. Yeah. I really give a fuck because I want that money.
Yeah.
How hard? Why is that bad to say?
Well, it's like you run a business and like how do I put it? Your reputation stands on your quality of work. You know, like your
quality of experience.
Yeah, like the quality, like experience you give to your customers is pretty much the worth of your business. If you give them a shitty experience, you got a shitty business.
Have you had a guy come in and you tatting him and you see a work from a quality artist and you say, man, that's dope. Why don't you continue with him? Or why not, oh, it's because, I didn't really like how he was with me. Have you had that situation?
Oh, all the time. But
you know what I'm saying?
I feel like
so sometimes,
like, yeah.
But the thing is, people value how they're respected in the experience more than the end result. Because they have a badass tattoo. Why not have two badass tattoos?
Yeah.
Because the first badass tattoo didn't give me the full experience that I wanted with him. Oh, he had his headphones on. He wasn't talking. You know what I'm saying? Some people don't really give a fuck. They just want the tattoo. But most people care.
For sure.
So that's why I say that, man. I went on a little tangent there, but these things are good, bro.
You're good.
Gee, happy that. Shout out, man.
Yeah.
And they don't give you like that as a reflex thing,
No, hell, we gotta get a sponsorship.
For real, that's the goal. Hey, shout out to one of the podcasters that we interviewed, Official Dusko Toast Alive podcast. Bro, he's killing it right now in Empire.
Nice.
He's in Fontana.
I gotta check him out.
Bro, he's good. Check him out.
Yeah.
So
that's cool.
Woo, a lot of gems, bro.
Yeah, man.
Yeah. So what are your plans in the future? Like really quick, I know we talked a lot. Like what is Manny On Monster?
Keep growing, bro, and like keep growing as an artist, and like I'm constantly trying new things, and like I'm trying to like experiment with different styles and like just see what looks good and just keep trying to get better, Yeah. Like I'm not satisfied where I'm at. Like
never be. Nobody should be.
I feel like I I'm young. I'm 27. Like I have so much time and I have a lot to grow, and I'm trying to like grow with time. You know.
Yeah.
I'm not trying to like fall behind. Like I want to get better every day and like practice and not make perfect, but
My
get
cousin's
better.
about the same age as you, and I always tell him, bro, I wish I was in your position. You know,
Mm-hmm.
I'm 41. I'm gonna be 42 in a month.
You look good, man. You
Thank
look
you,
young.
man. Thank you,
Yeah.
man.
The brown
Yeah.
skin, bro.
It's the brown skin, the caramel skin hides the wrinkles. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? But the point is that in my time after 40, I realized. No, I don't wish. I realized the earlier you start something, the more you can accomplish. You know, and I expect him at 40 to be doing way better, more successful. You know what I'm saying? Because he's doing the right things right now, earlier than me. At 28, I was fucking in a Navigator, wasting money, barely living. You know what I'm saying?
I don't
Like,
think
my mindset
age
was,
matters, bro.
it doesn't, but it does get a head start on something, right? Because it's the compound factor.
You
It's
started at what, 18 when you started realizing you need to get better though?
like you like if someone lives longer, like maybe they have a little more experiences, but like in today, like you guys could learn the same thing at the same time and grow the same way, you know?
Okay, interesting.
You know,
Yeah,
like
I get it. But let me tell you something. Like,
Uh-huh.
what if you went from 18 to 25 just partying, being at Gotham? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Partying it up. You wouldn't have. The earlier you started is the result of where your accomplishments are now,
Yeah.
right?
In a way, yeah. I just feel like experiences like in your life, like I don't know. You could be young and go through a lot, or you could be old and go through a little, you know?
Yeah, I get that.
Things happen for a reason.
Right, you know? Like
So maybe it's not like, it's not like wish you started earlier. It's just appreciate what you're at now and try to grow.
that's where
fast.
I feel like that's where I'm at. Like that's how I feel. Like
Damn, these things are good.
like even though like you probably lived a little longer, like obviously you have more experiences, but like it kind of sucks to think about the past because it's like, all right, think about the future now, you know?
Yeah.
It's like the past passed, you know? It's like
True.
fuck the past. Like you guys are both the same day, same time today.
Yeah, it's what you do with it now.
Right. Like what are you doing about tomorrow? What are
No.
you doing about the next day? What are you doing about the next month? You know?
Facts.
That's how I feel. Like don't, because I've met dudes that are older than me, you know, and I've met dudes younger than me. And some people that are younger than me had more than me, and some people that are older than me had less than me. But I feel like the age is just like, it's just like a aspect, like a perspective in your head, like, oh, I'm this age and this age, but it doesn't really matter because I've seen people graduate like college like at 40, 50, you know, and you got a 25-year-old partying bullshit, you know, and they don't have that college degree.
Yeah.
And then the other way around. So I don't know.
That's cool, man.
I feel like as long as you take care of yourself, you live a long time, you can do anything, you know? Like your age doesn't matter.
Damn.
Like the age will literally stop you from doing so many things, bro, just because of that number. Like you'll literally think, oh, I'm too old for that shit. Like says who?
Yeah.
You know, like, or I'm too young for that shit. Says who?
Yeah.
You know, like it doesn't really matter.
So what would be one of the things you'll tell like a young artist trying to start up right now? Get into this industry.
Catch
Like,
up.
That's it.
Catch up, bro.
What do you have any like tips? Because we like to
Yeah.
give value to our listeners.
Tips?
Give us some tips.
You're always gonna learn more from people that been doing it longer than you. It doesn't matter like what style or like where they work from. Like if they've been doing that longer than you, you're gonna learn something from them. So always seek, like, I wouldn't say a mentor. Always seek colleagues or like acquaintances that have been doing what you're trying to do longer than you and focus on their victories and their mistakes. And just copy and paste, you know, like follow the good moves they did and don't follow the bad moves they did. And then on to the next person and then on to the next person. Next thing you know, you're going to have a whole bag of like positive ideas and you'll know like, all right, I could do this, I could do this, I could do this. And then all the bad experiences they had, they already lived through it, you know? You as like an upcoming artist, like, all right, they fucked up by doing this, so let's not do that, you know? They gained more knowledge by doing this, so let's try this, you know? And like, don't let your ego or like your insecurity like stop you from like learning, because like your ego is literally your biggest downfall, you know? Like, just kind of like let it go and Like the smartest student in the classroom knows the most and is the smartest. I mean, my bad. Let me say that again. The student that asks the most questions is the smartest in the classroom. So like constantly try to like ask questions and like learn, you know? And eventually like you're going to be the smartest guy in the class. And it's not that you're going to be the best, because you're only one classroom out of a million.
Yeah.
Then you go to the next classroom and then you ask all the questions that you could get, and then you get all your answers, and then you go to the next classroom. You know, that to me, that's how I see it. You meet people, you gain something from it, you know, always. Like even meeting someone for the first time, like you're going to learn a lot. But what are you paying attention to? You know, are you paying attention to their flaws? Are you paying attention to their accomplishments? Are you paying attention to like their materials or like things they have? Like, what are you paying attention to when you meet people? Like what are you benefiting, or like are you learning something from it, or not? You know?
Yeah. Damn. There you go, guys. Speaking from tattoo shop owner himself, you know what I'm saying? Like, and he's, again, I don't like to bring up age. I did bring up age, right? Mm-hmm. Young guy, so I'm very impressed on the self-awareness you had so early on, you know? And
thanks, man.
That's one thing that being as the older person in the studio here, I compliment on everybody here, you know, the youth, the younger person, because I was there once, you know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
But my mindset wasn't there.
Yeah.
And at the faster you get into a mindset where you're gonna grow, the more things you're capable of. So thank you, man.
Yeah, bro.
I think
it was a pleasure sitting down with you guys.
Bro.
You know,
Yeah.
I appreciate it.
Yeah, I appreciate you.
Cool chopping it up.
Again, you want to shout out your studio real quick for us?
Yeah,
you know, like where you at?
Bridge City Tattoo. You can find us on Google. We have like all the good stuff on there, Yelp and all that.
You have TikTok?
Not yet, but you know, Isaiah's around now, so we're gonna have more content coming around. But on Instagram, Bridge City Tattoo.
What about your personal handle? What is it again?
It's IA Monster. So I am Monster with one M.
Okay.
So it's IA Monster.
Cool,
yeah,
man.
But I appreciate you guys having me, man.
Thank you, bro. Appreciate it.
Yeah.
Who wants to close it out? You want to close it out? Or we'll have Homeboy close it out.
Oh, I don't even know how to.
Do your thing. We'll put you on the spot.
Josh, just do it.
Come on, bro.
Don't give me
Close
that
it out,
look.
Josh. Close it out. We're going to test them next time.
Thank you guys for watching. Again, please comment, like, and subscribe. Comment anything you saw on here that really resonated with you, or that you want to know more about Manny.
Or just in general, you know? Like, if you guys want to know more about how to become an artist, just DM us right there. You know, we'll send you to the right people. Like, that's what we're here for, you know, to bring value to everybody.
Yeah, or just look at our content too.
Yeah.
All right, guys.
That's a wrap.
Follow us on Instagram, and we'll see you next time.